Well, how's it going, everybody? Andrew here.
And Connor.
And Caleb.
And Matt.
Always.
You're always second.
We going in order.
Welcome to another episode of the LCR podcast.
Lights, camera, reaction.
Episode 43.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot.
guys are
I'm sorry,
cherry
I
out.
can't hear you.
We are 9
Hello,
podcasts
can you hear me
away
now?
from a full season.
A whole year of podcasts.
Or do we
I thought you
do
were about
just
to say-
50 because we skipped 2 weeks and then every year after that is 52?
Maybe. It does. It's nice because it will line up on the first time we did a podcast, but then we did take 2 weeks off. In
Oh,
January.
man, you guys are going to be doing the 50th podcast without me, aren't you?
No?
Aren't you going to be in Illinois?
No, it's Thanksgiving.
The 50th?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. 7
It's
weeks
in,
from now.
Yeah, it was whenever Creed 2 came out. That was our first podcast. That was like Thanksgiving weekend.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Creed 2.
You're okay, Matt.
That's a-
Yes,
that's a
I wrote
solid
down a
first
list of
podcast.
for the remaining weeks.
We'll
thought-
figure it
I
out.
thought
We'll
we
probably
did-
do a podcast before, like preemptively.
Yeah,
when
for
we're
it.
done.
So,
I'm not trying to do the Aquaman podcast again.
anyways, we are here to talk about something else, not a celebration. Maybe a celebration in some way.
Maybe.
Celebration of cinema.
Oh my god.
Here we go, Connor. Joker, the latest DC film to not.
Smash hit.
Yeah, almost $1 million first weekend. Not $1 million, $100 million.
Almost $1 million.
Maybe back in like 1922.
That was like $1 million.
That's a lot of money in
Yeah.
1922.
Dude, Ad Astra made more money in its opening weekend.
Oh, rip.
Oh, that is.
Freaking Downton Abbey still made almost $10 million this weekend.
I will never watch that movie just because of that. Any
Old
iteration
people,
of it.
People ruining the box office.
Anyways, we're here to talk all Joker, all Joaquin Phoenix.
All spoilers, all
yes.
controversy, all debate.
This guy, I think.
I've been waiting
I don't
for
know.
this.
He sent me a very vague text, I think, on Saturday.
So you gotta keep.
Are we gonna
keep
do a
it-
live
keep it
reading?
all on the podcast.
Can we do a live reading of this text?
Okay, I'll pull it
Oh
up.
my God.
Here we go.
Got the
You know,
receipts.
while he's looking for it, you say, keep it all on the podcast, but buddy, we're in the podcast.
There you go.
We're in the podcast
That's
now.
why I said I'm keeping it on the
All right.
podcast. Where the
Friday at 10:50 p.m. at night, so I just got off my shift. I said thoughts on Joker. And this is Connor's response. It's a difficult film to talk about. I liked most of it. Some of its intentions and commentary I did not like. And then he later said, "It is far from perfect for me, but I'm glad you liked it so much."
I also have that text message.
You didn't get the
Nice.
third text. I hate this movie.
Fuck this
Okay.
movie. I'm just kidding.
So we'll get into it. We'll be clean, unless you flat out hate it.
I might throw
I
some
don't.
punches.
Okay, good. Don't throw
I
punches.
still like
Okay.
the movie.
You just
I just don't think it's like a 10 out of 10.
fair enough.
That's all I was saying about that.
But anyways, yeah, we're just gonna dive in. I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of just open it up, guys.
Hmm.
Who wants to start talking about something about the movie?
So I really liked the beginning when I was in the bathroom.
Did you miss?
Oh
did
yeah,
you
fun
miss a
fact.
part of the movie?
He missed part of it. He missed a lot more of it.
Yeah.
I was the only one there on time. You missed one scene. You missed.
Did you get food or something?
Caroline wanted a slushie, and then she had to go to the bathroom, and she's like, "Wait for me." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Why wouldn't you get the slushy while she goes to the bathroom?
She likes to what her routine is when we get there. We go to our seat because she likes to know where we're sitting, and then she goes to the bathroom. So she already knew we're kind of running late, so she's like,
Just wave the hand.
Yeah.
And she'll see you.
Regardless, I missed the scene where he's like does the cheek thing, and
That
then
was the very opening,
Yeah.
right?
and then I saw him getting beat up.
He missed the super cool old
You
retro
missed
Warner
all of
Bros.
that?
She was in the bathroom,
So wait, how much did you miss? Then? Where did you come in at?
I came in.
Did you miss the bus scene?
He
No, I
came
came
in
in
during
at
the
the
bus.
bus.
scene.
Yeah, he
my
he missed
Lord.
the whole.
So you guys missed like the title card.
I saw the title card.
Okay,
I
so
saw
you
him getting.
missed-
I saw him getting beat up in the alley.
I would say if anything, he missed like one of the better parts was just Joaquin laughing
Oh yeah, like the
for
first
a whole minute.
The first
Okay,
time
guys, I get it. I missed a very important part.
Hey,
Thank
you're the one that brought it up.
Excuse me. I was just trying to tell my story about how I was just shitting violently in the bathroom.
What did you eat?
That's the thing. This was like This was the day that I called off from. Maybe it was the edible.
Oh,
no.
there it is.
I mean, officer.
Was
it
bad?
wasn't. It wasn't the Chili's
How
because
old
you
is
were.
it?
Oh.
It could be expired.
I mean, I bought
to
it back
Chili's.
in
Dude,
February.
I want to go back to Chili's.
it was good.
Hi,
That's
welcome
great.
to Chili's.
but like, yeah, we went to Chili's before the movie, and Matt was the food was served to us, and Matt still wasn't there for at least 5 minutes, and I'm like, and he was already gone for like 5 minutes.
It was probably like
It
10
was
minutes.
not that long.
Total.
Dude, it was long.
it
You
was-
were gone for a minute.
Okay.
We got our. We
you were
ordered.
gone for a
I think
while.
you left like a few
I was
minutes after we
contemplating
ordered.
taking his corn on the cob, so
How fucking dare you?
it looked amazing.
Yeah, it did, and it was.
This video is sponsored by
It didn't
Chili's.
feel great coming back out though.
But yeah, so
Hey, you shit,
Matt
you're
missed
shitting corn later.
about 5 minutes
Can't
of the
digest
movie.
corn.
But that
Fun
opening
facts. Fast
scene,
apple
but-
fact?
It should be.
I'm not too upset about it because a lot of what I did miss was stuff in the trailers.
like a
Yeah,
lot of it was.
which is really good.
yeah,
Literally
which was-
him getting smacked by the thing.
Do you think
Yeah.
you'll see it again?
I mean,
You really didn't miss a lot.
if I have somebody to go with, I mean, like I enjoyed it, so I would see it again.
Right.
I'm probably gonna see it with my parents when I go up next week.
Oh, okay, cool,
My
me
mom
too.
really wants to.
Parental.
Dude, come on, let's go.
Work.
Checks his phone.
But what Caleb was bringing up, I love that you get the true scene of Arthur, like as himself, not him dressed up as a clown.
It was a really good. Wait, are you talking about the laughing part? Or the
Yeah,
beginning part? Okay.
the laughing part.
I think that was thrown in that early just to be like, this is selling Joaquin as the Joker.
Yeah, and it
Immediately.
just looked painful. Like I couldn't imagine doing that
Mm-hmm.
constantly, and like I couldn't even imagine and what he did, like laughing, but then also seeing like this, like the pain
And, like,
in
trying
his,
to
like,
hold it
on
back.
his face. Yeah,
It's a
because
lot of
he,
like physical acting with his like throat.
Yeah.
yeah, like he did a lot with that laugh and that cough, and just
He had to practice that a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, he had to get that down. I wonder.
Dude, his just health during that entire film because he got so super skinny. And
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably got like sick from like just.
And he looks good now. He looks
doing the
like he's
laugh.
already built it back.
Yeah, I saw him at
because
like the premiere.
he
so,
was
yeah,
like
looks
really
chunky, yeah.
heavy for You Were Never Really Here. Like he gained a lot of weight for that. He's like
Yeah.
jacked as shit. And then like right afterwards, he's doing this. He's like, good lord. dude.
Just like Christian Bale, pretty much.
Yeah.
I wonder if he had
just-
a
yeah, just like
lunch
Christian
a
Bale.
lunch date with Mark Hamill and like taking notes like how do I get the laugh down
Oh,
or
right.
a
Oh,
laugh
Cam was
down.
just like, yeah, I'll have the prime rib, 3 sides of ribs.
Nah, dude,
Do you
it's
guys-
all
do you
about
guys
that
have
titty
green
milk,
milk?
okay? Yeah.
Green milk?
Titty milk. Titty green milk.
Anyways, Joaquin's just like, yeah, I'll have a water.
And 2 peas.
Fill it halfway. Okay, I'm just trying to slim
Can I have a
down.
few seeds, sunflower seeds?
I remember I will. It was like around this time, I think last year when we got like the first picture of him as the Joker,
Yeah.
and
Was it the one with him?
it was just kind of like the tealish blue background, and it was kind of just kind of like a portrait of him. And
Wasn't
just-
there something? There was like a little video.
well, that was
release.
like a leak supposedly of the subway scene
Yeah,
when
of
he
him
gets
in the
off
subway. Yeah.
and he takes the mask off or whatever.
When we got the picture of him with the final look walking down with the mean face, that was later on, right?
That was later on
before
yeah.
a trailer.
I think
Right.
yeah, I think we saw a picture of him with the makeup on before the trailer happened.
That was just amazing.
Yeah,
Seeing that for
I
the
will
first
say
time.
there's a thinking about it now. There was a lot of the trailer was a lot of the first act,
yes,
but there were definitely
which
scenes.
is great practice. Keep
Yeah.
doing that, Hollywood.
There was a lot of scenes though that like were never even touched. I thought.
What I didn't like about the trailer that was spoiled was him being on the show, because you see him like behind the curtain. Like it could have been like earlier in the film, like
Yeah.
he imagines himself
He
being
imagines
there.
him, yeah.
But I was like, okay, eventually he's gonna get on the show because it was shown in the trailer. That's why I'm like,
I
kinda
think
pissed
they
about that.
should have not done the line.
At least that was all it showed
saying
you.
when you call me out, call me Joker. I wish that was not in the trailer because that
yeah,
would
because he's talking to him too.
Yeah.
So obviously he's there, you know.
like I would have been fine with that shot because it's a cool shot. How can you not show it when he's like starting to do like his pose behind the
Right.
How'd you feel about his little dance?
Oh, I
sequences?
loved it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I loved his little dance.
I liked it at the end. I felt like at the beginning they dragged on for a little too much.
I just thought it was showing like the confidence he had because like it definitely shows in like the first act that like he really he feels like he doesn't exist, and then he
Yeah.
even states that he's like, today I realize I exist, and that people are noticing what I did, and so he just started getting confident, and so he just, I don't know, started dancing and doing some fucking ballet shit. I loved it. And I just love that shot in the bathroom, like when his head's peeled back and like it's like a poster.
Oh yeah.
I love that shot. There's plenty of shots with him.
Matt Pat
They're
did
great.
a pretty good film theory on the movie already, and he talks a lot about doing the dancing and how like at the beginning he's all confined and he only does it in these places where he's not seen. So
Yeah.
it is a good
That's
showing
true,
of how
because it
his
shows
confidence-
it's him in his mom's like living room dancing awkwardly.
And then the next time was after he killed the guys, right? Was it the next one he does it in? Is it in like the bathroom?
Yeah, that's when he runs.
Yeah,
to the
he runs
bathroom.
into the bathroom, and then that's when he does there.
Was
And
that
then-
after he kills the guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
because he's like
Yeah.
sprinting, and then he like stops and realizes what he did was great.
That's when the movie started picking up. Was after those kills. I think I was like, okay, now we're because like it's pretty tame movie for the most part. There's really no like
Yeah, I will because
cussing or anything.
it took me a jar when like he like headshots the dude. I was like,
They
fuck.
were
like,
real.
I was like, shit. This is
Yeah,
great.
they didn't like even show like the gun coming out. He just bam.
Bang. Yeah, like it.
yeah.
Like I felt like something was gonna happen. But they, if I'm not mistaken, they don't like emphasize that's why like all the riots really start, right? In the trailers.
Yeah, because some
we never-
imposter.
Yeah, we
kinda
never really
killed
know
three
from the
rich
trailers.
guys.
But like, did they say that in the trailer, or was it just?
Oh,
kinda,
no.
no,
No.
yeah. So like,
So that's good. That
yeah,
they,
we
like,
we didn't know
thank
why
God.
everybody started uproaring.
Right.
So
I
it
think
made
it's just kind of weird that like
A lot of
one
trains in
person
that
just
trailer though.
like kills three rich guys once,
Gotham
and everyone's just
monorail.
like, "Oh, I'm a clown now." Like I felt like that was one part where I was just like,
well, it was kind of like
that
their. It
seems
was
a
like
little
their.
unrealistic. But I mean, like after happening one time, I feel like that was just unrealistic.
What do you mean?
So Joker kills the three guys,
Right.
And everybody was just like, "Oh my god, that's my hero, that's my idol." It's like,
Right, I
killed
feel that
three
too.
people like once.
And
If it was multiple times,
it was like just the magnitude of how many people.
It
got
was
on
that
board.
and the
It
fact
was
that
like, okay.
Thomas Wayne like publicly went
Yeah,
out and
that's-
said
Yeah,
that
he
everyone
called them
else was like,
clowns.
"Fuck."
them
Like
clowns.
fuck
Yeah.
that.
I think that was a
like
huge
we're
part of
gonna
it.
take on that. Then we're gonna become clowns if you.
Like
call
I
us
think that
clowns.
connected a lot with like the real world stuff. Like, it's common knowledge that not a lot of people like our president. So when he calls a certain group this thing, they take that and use it.
Yeah,
like,
did
as
you guys
power.
get that vibe a lot?
like current.
Like current state stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
like literally,
or whatever.
like Thomas Wayne was like a Trump in a way.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys picked
I
up
didn't
that
like
vibe.
That's
really
similar.
think about that. If I could see
Sorta.
it-
I wasn't thinking that when I was watching it.
No, I did, especially when it was more of like just footage of him, like on the
Mm-hmm.
news, like when it was like recorded footage.
Yeah, they got like a heavier set guy
Yeah.
too for him.
But like when it was like scenes where it was actually him, I didn't really think of it. But when I saw him on a TV, I was like, wow, like they're trying to make him look like Trump. But
And like similar people, super rich. This is definitely more narcissistic. Thomas Wayne. And like
Yeah.
the meanest we've seen before.
What I liked.
well,
one of
really,
my-
like the only true like Thomas Wayne in like cinema, right? Like we've never really gotten another like.
Well, Batman Begins, we saw a good bit of him in the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
we did. Okay, yeah, you're right. We did.
But other than that, everything's a
Negan being
flashback.
on screen for like 30 seconds is enough. That's all we needed.
Literally with text of the credits showing up, just going over that shit. Oh gosh.
Could we have gotten him back? No, never mind. I don't want to think of him in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this actor. They don't really.
I remember the big
that
deal
much.
about that was it was weird because it was like Negan and Maggie from The Walking Dead were like married in that scene. So it was just, everybody was just like, "But you guys are like mortal enemies on The Walking Dead. This is weird that you're together and married." But I mean, I kind of wish he had a little more to do.
Wayne.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of after the bathroom scene, he kind of just disappeared, and then they were just like, "Hey, let's just quickly kill him. Like, let's just make this connection real quick. Like, he's also here." I don't know if you guys thought that. I thought his character just disappeared after.
I thought we were gonna get more like mayor stuff, like him winning or something, or
Yeah, like him running for mayor.
Yeah.
It was more of the talk of him about to run for mayor.
Right.
Yeah.
One of my favorite aspects about the film was the emphasis on like the narration of the Joker. So like all of the Batman films we've seen Thomas Wayne as this like, oh, you know, he's such a great guy and he loves his son, blah 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 blah.
Have you seen any? You don't play video games.
No, I don't.
There's a. Have you heard of Telltale games? Their Batman series put Thomas Wayne in like the bad light. So I would
Oh,
say that's
really?
the first instance, but like this is the first movie.
Was that it? Oh, no, he
instance.
didn't say that. I was gonna.
He was kind of like not a warlord, but like
Warlord.
he was like in like some gangster stuff, and that's how he
Okay.
got rich.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Like a crime lord.
Yeah, crime lord.
Warlord. I was like, warlord. What is that? But what I was saying is like, just like since we are in the perspective of Arthur, And obviously, like, he's going to be the Joker eventually. Like, that's the movie. So when he perceives what the Joker would perceive as Thomas Wayne, like, he's just this asshole, you know, just cares about himself and money, stuff like that. I liked how, you know, it's flipped because we've never seen Thomas Wayne and other than the perspective of Bruce. So that's why, like, there's just a lot of that is just like, you know, Bruce sees the world from his perspective, which is way more like he has power and has money. But, you know, Arthur and, like, a lot of people in Gotham, that's why they're not a big fan of him.
Right.
Especially this interpretation of Thomas Wayne. So that was one of my favorite aspects of the film.
Yeah, if they made him look good, it'd be hard to really go after the guy.
Exactly. Like, if he's skinny and nice looking, you know.
He could still probably be, like, a really good guy as far as, like, the character, but, like, we've only seen from the Joker's perspective.
Exactly. So that was one of my favorite things about
yeah,
the
dude,
film.
if that kind of stuff's going after me and, like, someone's, like, messing with my kid, I'm going to act like an asshole to you and your crazy mother.
I mean,
And
you're
putting his fingers in
literally
my son's
touching your
Oh my
I'm
God,
shocked.
yeah.
I'm shocked he didn't kill him. Like,
Honestly.
he pretty much like
How'd you feel about
finger
Fat
fucked his
Alfred,
son.
Tori?
So
And I really want to nitpick. It was great seeing Alfred. That's the worst Alfred we've ever had.
I didn't even know that was Alfred.
I didn't even
first.
pick it up on Alfred.
It's
I
supposed
just
to be
thought
Alfred.
I thought it was
Yeah,
just
it
a
is
security guard.
It's confirmed it's Alfred.
It's
Yeah.
in the credits, yeah.
But, like, Alfred has, like, he was in the military. Like, this dude has fighting experience. He should have been able to just push this frail guy off.
That was the one thing
That was the
made
most
me think
pushy
that
over
wasn't-
Alfred ever.
Yeah, like that's the thing that made me think it wasn't Alfred because he was fat and because he just didn't do anything. He was a scared little fuck. I'm like,
I mean, yeah,
He was a
there's
total
that
prick,
new
too.
show on like
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
CW
ask,
or whatever
yeah,
where he's like a
Pennyworth.
badass agent.
yeah.
So that's kind of stupid.
Young
That's how he's supposed to be
I did love
Alfred.
how protective he was over Bruce.
Bruce.
But yeah, he should have been able to just, like, break Joker's hands or something. Just,
Yeah.
That'd have been great. Just like
Yeah.
broke his pinky or something.
just something.
To show that he was a
Hashtag not my Alfred.
Now that I know that, that's really
Not
stupid. That's a
Yeah.
waste of a scene, and and that's the only scene he's in, right?
Yeah.
Alfred?
Yeah.
Dude, Alfred is so badass. In some comics, he kills Superman.
He's not
This
badass
dude can
in
do anything.
Batman Forever or whatever one it is, where he gets sick or something, and he's like dying
Whatever.
the whole time.
Oh, that was.
Have you-
that was-
have you-
No, that was Batman and Robin.
Robin.
You need to read Hush.
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 God, that's
So good.
that's
have you read
the
Hush?
dream, like villain. I would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Dude. Ooh. John Hamm is Hush?
but then he also but then he wouldn't beat him for a good portion of it, because he would have the makeup on.
Right.
So then he would look like
You still get to see
Vampire
him.
Boy. But
Vampire Boy. Robert Pattinson.
yeah, because you know
also-
Hush, right? No,
He's the one that just
He,
has
Connor
all
was
the
acting a little
wrapping around
quiet, so I didn't think he.
I was like,
Hush pretty much gets plastic surgery to make him look like Bruce Wayne.
He was like a
Whoa.
close family friend of Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
and stuff.
That's
and
pretty
I think
cool.
his family, like Bruce's family, screwed over his family, and so spoilers for anybody who wants to read the comics or anything.
I mean, I know the
Spoilers for everything. Tony
I
Stark
know the
dies.
story because it's also in Arkham City.
It's
They
the
play
go-to.
it,
Yeah.
so.
So like,
You've probably seen him before. He's got the trench coat and he looks like a mummy, basically.
yeah,
oh, he's got like the white face or something.
He's got wrapping. Like,
like his
Probably.
face. He's always just
I've
getting
probably
plastic
seen it.
surgery done because he's always just.
So that's what he's
Making himself
striving to,
somebody
is just
new.
to look like Thomas.
Well, no, he's making himself look like Bruce because then he wants to exact revenge on Bruce's like financial
Oh, okay.
standings by just basically screwing over him because the Waynes screwed over whoever.
it's like one of the
he
most
was.
personal, like, Batman villains.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it'd be nice to get
Dude.
a movie about it.
Even if him was just kind of like a minor character in, like the first Batman movie, just to establish him as a character, and then be like
But
maybe like 2 or 3 movies down the road or
That'd
something.
be a good.
Dude, if you
just
got, like, a-
have him in there.
Yeah, have him
and
in there
then-
to establish that
That'd be
he
good.
is a person in that universe and that they could do
They
something
could do
with
that.
him.
I mean-
That'd be fun.
Or, like if his character's already in it, like in the first movie, and then that movie ends with, like, him, like, doing this or something. And then he'll
Or
be
just
the
like a
villain,
name
so-
drop, just like
Yeah.
for like the really nerdy fanboy,
Yeah.
like to be like, oh my gosh,
That's
like,
all you need. Is
Yeah, you just
a
need a
drop,
name.
just a little Easter egg.
I did want to jump into your theory about this after the success. This isn't going to be a standalone movie anymore. He's going to be a villain in one of the Pattinson movies.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting those movies, rumored, are to be in the 90s.
Are they?
Yeah,
Is
so
it
that
like
would make
Batman
total
Beyond
sense.
sort of thing.
Yeah, even though I would still prefer that they are more modern.
I just saw an article. I didn't read the whole thing, but thank you, buddy.
Cramping his style.
Joaquin Phoenix said he would be open to returning as the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say. I think he said like I don't know. He wasn't specific if it was like a standalone or if it was connected. But he said if Todd Phillips had a good script, like if there was more story to tell, he would love to come.
You'd only do it if it's Todd Phillips again.
That's what he said. He said if there was more story to tell for the Joker character,
Right.
he would come back. So
I do like it when actors go that route, like with Robert saying he wouldn't come back. Well, I mean, obviously now, but he wouldn't come back to the
Not
Iron Man
this
movie
film.
unless there's like a good script for it.
yeah, it's hard because it was such a shock when he was gonna take on the role of Joker. I was just like,
Joaquin.
yeah, I was just like kind of because like he's very particular with his movies. When you see the movies that he's
He
in,
is, yeah.
like
He doesn't
Her-
do any superhero movies.
yeah,
or
Her is an amazing movie. Same with
The Master. And
The Master. You Were Never Really Here.
You Were Never Really
Walk the Line, Gladiator, like The Village, Signs. Like he likes to pick these kind of like obscure movies that like have a really good story and like really are character driven.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I feel like he almost, if he was kind of thrown into this universe like Ben Affleck and was promised like this great role and like promising movies and then got this shit, he would have been pissed off. But I think he saw something with the script and he's like, I can own this and I can make this amazing.
Well,
And
it's a difficult role to pull off. That's why I think he was so interested in it.
that is,
Yeah.
that
Especially
too.
this interpretation of Joker.
Especially, I
You
think
can't,
like
I don't
he
know
prob-
any other actors that could have done this role, like, and have not been goofy.
Yeah,
No,
I
the
really
awareness it brings to
I
it.
really don't think
so.
that really anybody kind of considered Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker up until now.
yeah, I never thought of it either.
And now I'm just like, why did nobody think about this before? This is fucking genius.
I mean, yeah, that's everything. Like, what if this next Batman movie does amazing and we're all like, yeah, of course Robert Pattinson's like the perfect
You
Batman.
don't have
I-
confidence, Robert
I would
Pattinson?
just say like,
Well, yeah, I have confidence, but like a year ago, none of us were like,
Haters.
Robert Pattinson would be
you
great.
don't?
No, I do. He's
Oh.
such a great actor.
Yeah, I do too.
Just because he was in Twilight, he was just getting a
Well,
paycheck.
I never hated it. I'm just saying
Okay, but a lot of people do. People are like,
no.
fuck that, I don't want Robert
But like a
Pattinson.
year ago, would you ever
Twilight,
consider Robert
Harry
Pattinson's Batman? You just don't
Potter.
think about it.
yes,
It's
Cedric
all
Diggory.
about Harry Potter.
Cedric.
Oh yeah,
Diggory.
that's the fourth one, right?
Yes.
Cedric.
Yeah.
What
like,
about him?
Oh my god, I got his name right. I just fucking took a shot in the fucking dark.
Cedric
I'm
Diggory?
a nerd.
Good job.
No, it's just like that was like my introduction to him, and then like
Yeah.
I just saw all the.
Oh, it was too, because it came out before Twilight. But
Dude,
I
The
was just saying
Lighthouse.
People think of
Dude,
Twilight,
I'm
not.
so
The
excited
Lighthouse.
for the
Dude.
Lighthouse.
I can't wait. That's my favorite trailer of the year. Was that first trailer?
It's a good trailer.
So fucking good.
we
I can't
get-
Even
wait.
though High Life was an interesting movie.
No, but he was good in it.
he was good in it.
So-
But it was an interesting movie.
What? And then, oh, dude, no, you have to see all of you. You guys reacted to Uncut Gems. You got to watch Good Time. I promise you, all you will like that movie.
I remember
Robert-
Stuckman's one.
Robert
of Stuckman's
Pattinson
favorite.
was in it.
This has 101%.
It's
We're
the
getting
directors
way
of
off
Un-
topic from the Joker.
Dude,
Yeah,
wait,
we
no,
are.
hold on. I'm gonna bring it back. Quick take. Say if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't come back and this next Batman movie is totally fresh, no connection. Willem Dafoe is the Joker.
That's what
Ooh.
Mr. Sunday Movies mentioned.
That's who they wanted
Way back in
originally.
the day.
Tim Burton.
Tim
Yeah.
Burton wanted
Oh,
Willem
Tim
okay.
Dafoe.
Burton wanted him, but then they got Jack Nicholson because they just took a picture
'Cause
of
Jack
The
was-
Shining and they just drew Joker's
Well,
face over
Jack
it.
was the shit back then. He was
Yeah.
the biggest actor in Hollywood.
But
so.
I guess they used Robin Williams as like a ploy. Like they were like teasing that Robin Williams was going to do it just to egg him on.
they shafted him out of a
Yeah.
role.
They
pretty
kind
much.
of fucked him over.
Man, what's up with Robin Williams getting fucked over? He got fucked over with the Aladdin stuff too.
Yeah, that's shitty. Kind of don't blame him.
Oh well.
I mean, I think I did see like
R.I.P.
like kind of like the same thing. Like somebody just like posted Joker makeup on Willem Dafoe.
Well, did you
I
see
mean, it's too easy because of Green Goblin.
Jonah Hill's
it's
going to
really
be
similar.
the Penguin in the Batman movie?
Is that confirmed though?
Yeah, I've
I
heard.
think it is.
I remember him-
as of now.
But he was asking for like $10 million in Robert Pattinson or something, and people
Like, look at that.
yeah.
That- I would be
It's
okay
too
with
easy.
that.
Would you want him to do it now though? He's pretty old looking. He's kind of rough.
But like that's the thing.
Dude,
for
the-
those of you who are listening,
do the
just type
Arkham
in Willem
City
Dafoe
one.
Joker, and you'll see quite a few things.
Like it's
But
too
like that's
easy.
the thing. Joker doesn't need to be a physical bat. He can just be like a mob boss.
That's
and just
true.
kind of
It could be a
sow
Jared
seeds of
Leto,
destru-
except
like
not
destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never been a fighter. He's been able to like wiggle
He's
out of
combat,
stuff, but
but,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's combat, but he's not Bane or
Hand to
anything.
hand.
Like,
Yeah.
he's not
No.
going to take up.
He's more so just
He uses
He's
the
just the
tools around
mastermind
him.
of everything. Yeah.
Agree. I would love him if they like
Do
did
I look like a man
Arkham
with a
City
plan?
as a movie.
Yeah.
Like when he's all frail and old and he has that disease from the
Right.
Titan
And that'd be cool if we saw it on
syndrome.
screen. Something like that.
Oh, I imagine those 3 games as like an HBO series.
But without
Like
him
the
going
first 2
berserk.
all 3, you can make the 3rd one good.
Dude, I love Arkham Knight.
Fuck off.
Freaking
Okay.
I
elitist.
hated that.
Let's reel it back to Joker because we got on a huge tangent.
Yeah, we did.
about
At least we're talking about Batman.
Batman. Yes, it wasn't something random.
So, do you guys think that
I mean, Batman takes a
we will
huge
see
portion of this.
Joaquin as Joker again? Either in another Joker film or in something else.
I could see it. Before, I was doubtful before seeing the movie, but like
I think
could
this
see it.
movie's gonna make so much money. They're gonna.
I was gonna say this movie is
Warner
going to
Bros.
make a lot of money.
Do we know
They get
who
greedy.
is writing the Matt Reeves Batman film?
I think it's
he
him,
is.
right?
Yeah, Matt Reeves is doing it.
It might be
What else has
someone
he
else.
done? Like, is he a good writer?
He's the Planet
Dawn-
of the Apes.
He did the last 2 Planet of the Apes movies, Dawn and War. So it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if he wrote those. Did he write those?
I'll look it up really
Okay.
quick.
And if he's
'Cause,
working with Jeff Johns,
My biggest thing
I
is
have a lot
like,
of faith.
And then he did.
based off of your question,
something
it's
else.
like, if Matt Reeves writes the script, do you think it would be good enough to entice Joaquin Phoenix to come into this universe?
Oh, like is he a good enough writer?
Right. And
He
it's
also did Cloverfield and the horror movie
He
Let
did
Me
do
In.
Cloverfield. Yeah, he directed it.
He wrote Let Me In, and he wrote the 3rd Planet of the Apes movie.
He didn't write the second one.
No.
Well, the third one's my favorite, so that's good.
But he is writing the Batman. Yes, he is writing it. And
is
looks,
it just him?
Yes, the other 2 are just the 2 other people. The
Okay, the
people that
story
created
people.
Batman.
Right. Bob Kane and the other guy.
Yeah.
Bob Kane is still alive? Holy shit.
But
Dude, nobody messes with Daddy Kane.
That's the thing, though.
What's up?
I guess it would just depend on when the Batman is set, because then it had to make narrative sense to bring him in.
It's believable if it's in the 90s.
Yeah, because this. See, I
He'd
thought
be-
this took place in the 60s when I was watching it, and then I saw it was the 80s. I was like, I thought this was based in the 60s.
Is it like early 80s,
It's
late
just nice
70s?
that they
Yeah,
didn't
it's like-
shove it down your throat because
I feel like this,
Yeah.
I feel like this first
Stranger
film,
Things.
they're already creating
confirmed
with
to
Matt
be in the
Reeves
80s?
isn't going to have the Joker in it, obviously.
No, I mean the
Oh,
Joker's
no.
in the 80s.
But I feel like, they could do like a little
This
time
Joker
jump,
movie
and
was in
that
the
will
80s.
Right. I didn't know if
make
it's
it so that
because I
Robert
thought that was-
Pattinson's older, Joaquin Phoenix is also a little bit older,
Mm.
but like that kind of just puts the timeline like a little bit further down. That Batman has been around for a few years. He's gotten wind of the Joker breaking out of prison or whatever, and so
I
just go
kind of
from there.
hope there's some other stuff, like he does some other kind of like stuff in between. I hope he's not locked up this whole time, because like what has he really done to make him a big name? Like he killed 3 guys and then a guy on air and started a riot. I want a little more in between.
If someone killed Jimmy Fallon on live air, you don't think that guy would be like locked up for life?
But the Joker escapes all the time.
That's true, but is this Joker going to escape though?
He already
I mean,
did.
he has followers now. Like that's how he gets out is his followers.
Also,
well, here we go. So I guess because we're kind of talking about like,
Theories and stuff.
We'll get back in the movie.
well, no, I was just gonna. I guess we'll just kind of jump into it. The question is like, how did you interpret the ending?
Like, is it in his head or is he actually stuck in there? or
Yeah,
something? Or does he
because-
get out? Could have gotten out.
We talked about how his hair is back to his natural color. It's not green anymore, but it looks the same length. And how for me, I would have loved the movie to end when he's laughing and he says, "You just wouldn't get it," and then the movie just ended there.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the perfect ending. So it would have been a little like chill, like oh, that's like creepy, like he's just clearly insane. But then it goes to him running with the music and the blood on his feet and just like. Now, there's a few ways that I've read and like thought of interpreting it is like if that's a memory, and since it's a Joker memory and we know that he kind of fucks with a memory, that might have been like a loose way of that whole story happened, like the way of him doing it, or it obviously just never happened because there is a random shot in like the first 20 minutes where they established, not 20 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes where they established that he's been to Gotham Asylum before, Arkham, sorry, and he like bangs his head like on the door, and so like to show that maybe he's just been locked up this entire time and he's just making that all up in his head. I don't know, or did that all happen? it's just I think it's a little confusing. I don't like the way, because the way I thought it ended, it was kind of saying like Todd Phillips was like, did all that happen?
Right.
Yeah,
Because-
it's kind of a cop out.
Up to the point when he's laughing and saying like, you don't get the joke, it felt like it happened. You know, it felt like all that was real. But then that fantasy-esque like slow zoom into the hallway, and it was all kind of like heavenly lights, and he's like running around, and like I'm like, is he just insane? Like, did we just watch a memory of an insane dude?
I think it
Right.
was a flashback. Some of it might have been loosely. I don't really know the word for it. Loosely imagined. Because for the most part, I do think him killing the TV talk show host would be legitimate. I mean, killing a TV celebrity after getting on air, I feel like that's something that could just land you in the loony bin.
Right.
So I guess then that means like, do you think that we kind of watched like a memory?
Yeah.
And then that like modern day, like present day was him having the interview with fucking not Harley Quinn, which pissed me off. But
I don't think we needed Harley Quinn.
not Harley Quinn, but I just wanted, it would have been nice for that to be the nod. Not just like a sexy blonde person.
I would
fantasy.
It's not my fantasy, it's just how the story goes.
Yeah,
so
I
it
mean,
just would have
I'm
been
just
cool.
Yes, but no. Like,
Come on.
If anything,
okay, but like if we saw Harley Quinn in this, it would have been like, so is there going to be more? Is there not?
Exactly.
to
Gonna
be
be
fair,
introduced
Harley
him like
Quinn.
that, but-
Harley Quinn isn't his first. Harley Quinn is like one of the ones like when he's more notorious.
more? Yeah.
She's not there at the beginning. Like she
But
falls
like
in
that's
love
what I'm
with the
saying. Like,
Joker.
is this the beginning of him in that insane asylum, or has he been there forever? That's like,
I don't think
there's
he's
just-
been there forever. I think he's been there for a few months.
Yeah.
And he's
or
just-
like a year. You never know. Like, how do you know it's
You
been?
could have
a
just
few
answered your own
months?
question. It's not Harley Quinn, so this is probably earlier on.
I don't know.
I'm just saying I wouldn't really have cared to see Harley Quinn in this because if we're just going to see her for like 2 seconds.
Hey man, we saw
especially
Alfred for like 2
we got Birds
seconds.
of Prey.
So,
he wasn't even
especially with Birds of Prey coming
Hashtag
out, I
not
don't think
my
they'd
Alfred
want
ticket.
to. They would confuse people.
but like,
The casuals.
but then like the cat. Like, I'm saying like you wouldn't even know that was her. Only the fans would know that was her because it's not going to say, "Hey, I'm going to be Harley Quinn." Like
It's
it
a
would just
big
been
ass
like,
name
yeah,
tag.
it would just been a
Harley Quinn on it.
blonde like nurse, and like the nurse.
So
would
if
have
it
been, like,
was a blonde nurse, you'd have been like, oh, that's Harley Quinn?
that's probably what they'd have been going for. Because
Or
why
it
would?
could have just been
Just a normal nurse.
coincidental?
There's a lot of blonde women.
But still, that's what it would have been. Like, it's the same thing with like Alfred. You just thought it was like a bodyguard, so like it could. But then it was confirmed. So if it was just some random blonde nurse, it probably would have been confirmed that it was Harley Quinn.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That like now I'm trying to like make that connection. So
But I feel like just having introduced
Why
Harley
is
Quinn.
this the thing we're getting into?
because Matt just wants to fight right now.
I don't want to fight. I'm just
I'm
saying.
into it.
He's a tired boy.
He's always
I
tired.
I don't think that having Harley Quinn in like the last 2 seconds of this movie would just
It would have been.
it would
really
bring anything else.
like it doesn't need to be done.
It just would have been like a fucking fun Easter egg, dude. Okay, that's all I'm trying to
Andrew,
say.
it's gonna be a fun Easter egg.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Okay, then why the fuck isn't Harley Quinn in this fucking movie, Todd Phillips? What
we need
the fuck?
answers. Damn it.
I'm just saying.
She's getting her own.
Maybe in a director's cut. Maybe they'll just be like, yeah, we had to put a black woman in there.
Release
for,
the Phillips
In the
cut.
director's cut, I would have just liked them to end it.
No,
with him
let's
saying
really
the
set
joke.
Andrew off. What if that was Harley Quinn?
If it was,
Oh.
she's way too
Get me
old.
fucking
So
started.
that would have been
Also, the
weird.
fact that she's fucking black.
Also, what? Jesus Christ.
God.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just it's this whole
Oh no.
goddamn thing over.
That's,
and
I didn't
over
want to say it. I
again.
knew Matt
Why
was
did
going
you
to go
say it?
off.
I
The
know
fuck did
you
you
were.
bring it up.
I didn't. God.
I mean, to be fair, Joaquin Phoenix is older, so Harley Quinn, that's the same age as
How
him.
old is he? How old do you think he
Joaquin?
is?
Like
Yeah.
late 30s.
No,
At least,
he's
no, in this
47 or
movie.
something. Oh.
I'm saying like in
the
this
movie,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's something.
Late 30s
He's
at
an
the
old- He's an
earliest.
old boy.
Nah,
Because his mom is
he's like 40.
Because that's like a
70,
theory
80.
that
I say 40.
Jeremy brought up. Is
yeah, 40
that
makes sense.
he brought up like this kind of dreamlike scenario where when you're having a dream and it's more of like a memory of like when you're a kid, but you as your actual age is living that memory.
Right.
What if that's how the movie was interpreted and that Joaquin Phoenix was remembering what he did like 20 years ago if he was younger, but as his older self?
Mm-hmm.
Like what if that took really in the past and then Like if they were trying to connect this, and then that scene in the mental institution was whenever Batman's in his prime. I don't know.
Does this film need all these theories though?
It's fun
It's
to
a
talk
comic
about.
book
Yeah.
movie.
What movies,
It's gonna
yeah,
happen.
what comic book movie doesn't have theories?
That's true, but I mean, like, I think the beauty of this film is like it's on its own. That's why I like.
It'd be
it on
nice
its
if they
own.
came out relatively soon saying this is still a standalone. Because if that was it, then we would only be theorizing about, like, was this a dream? Was this real?
Yeah.
But now, if nothing's confirmed, we're all going to try to connect sequels and
It's just
whatnot.
fun to talk
Because that's
about,
that's the
Connor.
nature of a comic book movie.
I guess so.
Yeah. Oh, not for you.
I think he just dropped another grade on this movie.
Yeah, because of us.
Look, I mean, he's
talking
just staring at
about
the
it.
camera like, I fucking hate my life.
I mean,
I wish there was a grade lower than F.
it's definitely
Can
not
I
gonna
do
be that,
negative
promise you.
stars?
All right. You guys are acting like I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 10.
You're going to go on Yelp and you're going to get the movie theater a bad review.
Todd Phillips owns a restaurant. He's
service
going to
was
go after
terrible.
that. All of Todd
could.
Phillips' assets, you're going to go after.
Speaking of dreams, going
Did you have
back,
any last night? Was it good? Nightmares?
thanks for interrupting me. Going back to the scene where he kind of confronted Thomas Wayne in the bathroom, and they had the whole Thomas Wayne like punched him in the face. He's like, "Don't fucking touch my son again, creeper! I'll kill you." And then he was standing at the sink, and it was in such a way that it cut, and he was in his apartment, and he was still standing the same way. Do you guys think that was just in his head? Because I do. I think that was in his head.
Bathroom scene?
Yeah.
So when he's at the urinal or at the sink?
All of it.
Or like the whole scene?
The whole
Just
scene.
like
The
where
whole
he's
scene.
standing or how he's standing in that.
Well, because
bathroom?
he's standing in the bathroom,
Yep.
and he gets punched, goes over to the sink. He stands at the sink, and in a weird way, he's hunched over and kind of something, and then it just cuts, and he's in the apartment, lights are off and everything, and he's
Oh
standing the
right, like
exact
that.
same
Like that
way.
could have been a dream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I felt that too when I was watching it. But
I think
totally
it is
forgot about that.
because
It's weird editing.
Well, not even that. The whole introduction to that scene where he just magically
Yeah, he
gets
just sneaks into
he just
this.
sneaks into his side door.
Yeah.
He finds an outfit
Yeah,
and
Yeah, mock-
nobody's stopping
They're
him.
watching Modern Times in the theater.
Um,
Charlie Chaplin.
it just felt very he's very lucky. It felt like the moment when he opens up the door to his next door neighbor and they just start making out, and I'm just like,
yeah,
this is not happening.
yeah. And then
it just kind of felt it felt lucky. He was he just.
I
caught
would
a
say
break.
one thing that would go against that, every dream sequence he has, or at least that I can remember, is something that goes in his way. So when he dreams about being on the show, it's in a positive light. When he dreams about the girl, it's all positive stuff.
But I also feel
But with Thomas Wayne, it's negative. He gets punched in the face.
I feel like you have to have.
Plus, he was looking for answers, and he got his answers.
Well, yeah, but maybe he was just maybe that's just because that was on the downward slope of his descent into even more madness, because he was just doubting himself, because he might have thought oh frick, what if my mother actually did adopt me, and so I think he had this
I can't remember. Was that scene before or after he got the documents?
after, I think.
With the dad?
Yeah, in
Or
the bathroom
with
scene.
Wayne? That was
Yeah.
before, I thought.
No, it was before because that's when he finds out that he's
Yeah,
adopted.
because he's like, oh, I'm not adopted. Why would you say that? Blah, 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 blah.
So yeah,
Right,
I would
that's-
say
that's-
even.
that's what I meant. So the bathroom scene came
Yeah.
first, and then he went to the
And then the
Arkham.
documents.
I'd say
So,
more
like-
so.
I think he's always known that he's been adopted, but he's just kind of hearing his mom say "Oh no, me and Thomas are in love," blah blah blah, and so his mom just kind of twisted his mind. But in the back of Arthur Fleck's mind, he always kind of just subconsciously knew that he was adopted, and that just kind of broke him mentally, because he's one half of him is saying "Oh, that's my dad, this is my mom." Other half is "No, you idiot, that's your mom, kind of, but you don't really know who your parents are." And so maybe that's why it induced this dream, quote unquote, and it kind of just drove him to just see a negative view, and it had have a negative confrontation with Thomas Wayne, because maybe he's just thinking about his life and everything, and he's why would this very rich, successful man want to deal with somebody really just misheveled like me, and just with a mother who's batshit crazy and just on her last legs.
That
Oh my
shit.
God.
I hate you.
One thing, I mean, I think all of us have only seen this movie once,
Ah,
so
those
we definitely haven't picked up on things. He gets fucking punched in the nose.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like we would have seen a little aftermath of his nose being a little bruised or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good indicator.
I feel like that's stretching.
And like I also feel like,
How is it stretching?
I mean, that's a nitpick.
I don't know. I agree, because I mean, like, it's also just like maybe they missed one little detail, but it's like that picture that Jacob sent us, or David, or you.
It was weird.
I'm so sorry. Like,
There's a picture of, it's a shot in the movie, and I think it's pushing it a little too far.
I think so too, but it's also just like
It's
maybe.
also like, I'll just show you guys. It's when he's
We'll
like
post it
in
to our
like
Twitter
his
later, guys, for those of you listening.
he's in like the clown, the whatever it's called.
The haha club or
Yeah,
whatever.
the haha like job. And
The ha.
I'm like,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
like cloud meetup.
He's sitting in front of like the clown mirror.
The mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
Oh, put on a happy face.
how it's
That one?
pictured,
Sure.
it looks like Batman's face. Like,
Oh, that
Oh
one.
my-
Okay.
Okay. That.
See?
I don't think that's a coincidence.
I don't know.
what?
That's just a cute little thing.
Like I feel like they saw that and they're
Yeah, that's
like,
definitely a stretch. That's cool though.
I don't think it's a stretch.
though, because look at. Oh, okay. I just realized it's a light right there.
Yeah.
They're all lights. So
It's two lights and like the horns, and then like he's kind of making the mouth almost. Like his
Uh-huh.
body's making like the part that's always like
Yeah.
uncovered. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's cool.
yeah. That's the very beginning, right?
It could go either way.
probably.
beginning shot.
I could
see the
believe
beginning
either way.
shot.
Yeah.
But it's
Um,
definitely cool.
But what would would that just be like a cute little
Easter egg.
Easter egg? Is
If
that
any,
all-
just artsy shit, you know,
Yeah.
like the cinematographer's like, "Holy fuck, Todd! Look what I just
This
did."
looks like
He's like,
that.
"Oh my god, yes!"
Todd, get over here.
Look what I got! Look what I got!
Joaquin, don't you fucking move, okay? Just
It's like okay.
We're making a sequel.
I guess to end on that, what was the connection to modern times? Because obviously they picked that for a reason.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's about like.
I've never seen it, so
I've seen
Oh.
parts, but
Robert De Niro.
didn't he bring it up in
no. Charlie
Mr.
Chaplin,
Sunday movies?
Oh,
the
that.
movie that all were watching in the
Sorry, I'm
theater.
thinking of
Mr. Sunday movie says something about like
He did?
It's about like industrialization and like capitalism and stuff like that.
Mhm.
and
it's
also about a comedy.
It's about or like everyone in there is very wealthy. So like of course.
Oh my god, it was all white people.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the scene that they actually showed, because it was the scene in the roller rink or the mall area, whatever, where he just gets close to the railing and just like almost falls off, but he doesn't. And I remember seeing like a
Oh yeah.
Like out
video-
of all the scenes, why did Todd decide to show that scene?
because I remember seeing a behind the scenes video kind of thing, and it broke down how they did that shot, and it was basically just layers of pictures, and Charlie Chaplin would just skate to a certain point, and they had pictures lined up so that it looked like he was about to fall off, but he wasn't. And I feel like that's just kind of like another underlying theme with this whole movie, was the fact that, you know, through Arthur Fleck's eyes, he sees a lot of different things. Some of it to like other people might be like, oh, that's legitimate. Other like things might just be like, no, that didn't happen. You know?
Or is it like
sort of like his brand of comedy. Like whenever he's in the comedy club and he's watching the guy, he's laughing at the wrong things. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like what he perceives something is way different than what other people are. You know, is that what you're
See, like,
saying?
I
which
wanna
that
watch-
could also be argued, was that scene real?
Yeah. Why would it not be real?
Because he's laughing. Nobody's reacting to how he's.
That's true. I found it
His-
weird that no one was like,
Yeah.
you
Looking
know,
at
Or
him.
like the
back
comedian
or
was like,
something.
which I thought the comedian was gonna be like, "Hey asshole!"
Yeah, just be
Yeah.
like a weird,
Like you making fun of me?
Who the fuck is this guy laughing at the wrong thing?
That's the whole like. Is this whole movie even real?
See, I don't
Maybe
like
you guys
thinking
need
like
to
that,
check out
'cause-
the film theory on it, because he
I
goes
think
over
the
like all
movie
that.
is real. I don't like when a
Because if
movie
it's all
isn't
just in
real.
your
Oh, yeah.
head, then like
And then I
holds no
woke
merit
up.
or
Yeah.
anything, you know?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. If
There's no tension or anything if it's all just in his
Yeah.
head.
Which I hope like a good chunk of this movie is real.
But once you bring up something like one aspect I really hated before the reveal, and then I was like, okay, that makes sense. Is everything was Zazie Beetz, the girl.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, why? What does she find in this guy?
Well, yeah, like
blah, blah, blah.
in the trailer, I was like, they're on like a date at a donut shop or something. I was like, this is weird.
But like,
It's a very attractive young lady. Why is she going after
Right?
older,
exactly.
disheveled?
But when we see like she's like in total fear, like there's a random guy in my
Oh, that was
apartment.
great.
Yeah,
That was great.
but I was like, okay, thank God
Do
this
you-
isn't like
Do you guys think she
real.
died? Did he kill
no
her?
for sure.
No.
It's implied that she died
Yeah.
with like all the there's like an ambulance and then like cops coming up in the floor. You didn't remember that? I think it's implied that
I thought
mean,
the
like,
cops-
everything's up to like
I thought it was her first
interpretation.
mom.
I was gonna say, there
No, because his mom was in the hospital.
That's the second time
or died or
ambulance
something.
goes by his apartment. I think that's just background noise because it came and then it went.
But it sounded like something like
Because there's a
people
scene
were coming
before
into
that
his
where you hear the
floor.
ambulance in the background.
I mean, I'd have to see it again, but from what I remember, I thought that it was
I'm open
implied
to
that she
either
died.
or.
It's up to interpretation, so it's whatever
I mean,
you feel.
she's never seen again. And
But I
like,
also feel like that was just because.
And those are also fake sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Except the elevator. Was the elevator like the only real one?
I think that was real.
Because
Yeah.
Everything
he
else
didn't do
is
anything
in his head.
positive.
Oh,
was
did
just
he
awkward.
follow her?
he stared
They-
at her. Yeah.
They went their separate ways because they're on the same floor.
No. I mean, like,
Right?
whenever he was
Yeah.
following her, was that real? Or was it in his head?
No, I don't think. Well, I think it might have been real, but I think when she confronted him,
Right,
Yeah,
that's
she's
when
like,
it started.
were you stalking me today?
It's just
or
like
something?
Well,
she
see,
was
I
like,
actually, I don't
That's
know
the
if that
problem
was
with
real.
all this, like,
because
is it real, is it not? You
was
have
that
no
that was
idea.
before he realized that people are paying attention to him? Was that before
We also have
He
to
did
remember
the-
when
murder?
the midpoint where like he stops getting his medication. We haven't brought that up.
Oh, when does that happen? I don't even remember that.
I think that scene where he says, like, "You don't listen, do you?" was
Yeah.
when the same scene where
Oh, right.
he wasn't getting medication anymore. Well,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit after that.
Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like I feel like him stalking is all in his head because that girl would not approach him like that, saying like, "Were you stalking me?" And
like,
the
I feel
next
like-
thing I know, we're gonna bang.
I feel like.
'cause-
Or maybe he did
Yes,
because then he thought about that.
I feel like I feel
'Cause
like
he did it?
legitimately
don't
did
know.
stalk her, and then she approached him, but the way that he remembered it was just twisted. It wasn't a happy like, "Were you stalking me?" It's like, "Were you stalking me? Please stop. I have a daughter. She's terrified.
Well, like
I'm
that.
terrified."
That didn't happen at all because we saw the scene where he's just looking into an empty doorway.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, he could have potentially stalked her.
I hate that there's so much.
So yeah, wait. So
open-ended.
that was the scene when he opens up the door. That's when she confronts him about you were stalking me.
The original one, yeah.
Yeah. So then when we have that like
Yeah.
the
It was.
for the filthy casuals where we have those 3 shots of like him being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like was one of those that scene
There's
where he's at
the
the
door
doorway.
frame, the not the comedy club, the diner when they're looking through. They're
Well,
on the street.
They're on the street at like the
And then the
popcorn vendor
hospital.
Or whatever, in
There
the
was those
hospital.
3.
Yeah. So that first one at the doorway, was that the conversation where she says you were stalking me?
That's what I thought.
I think so.
So if that is the case, then that means that didn't happen.
Right.
Because it shows like she wasn't there.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
but like I still think that he was stalking her, but I feel
Right.
like
But I think
his perception of
Yeah,
like
was
her
after
like
that.
actually confronting him
Yeah.
was just like she was doing it in like a flirty way, like, "Oh,
Because-
you like me? I kind of like you too."
because were you stalking me thing, if that was all in his head, maybe she didn't even know that he was following her
Right.
in real life, you know? So like because she never brings it up when he's in her
Because
place, you know?
Yeah.
if he was, because just like any other person, she just doesn't think he exists because he thinks
Yeah.
that he doesn't exist.
She's
So
going
there's
on
no
with her
way.
day, yeah.
So maybe he envisions how she would react if she did notice him.
And like in his like what
Right.
he wants to happen, you know, like how she approaches him, and then from there on, you start, you know,
Yeah.
getting closer to her or whatever. So
All right, guys, we figured out something without the helpful YouTube videos. I think we did that on our own.
we got it.
I feel smart.
With one watch that was several days ago, and we're trying to remember everything.
Next question: are we in a simulation?
Oh.
The Matrix.
I guess I want to bring up the talk show stuff with Robert De Niro.
So, have you seen King of Comedy?
I have not.
Scorsese?
That's what I was
haven't
thinking
seen
of.
it
King of
either.
Comedy when he said modern times.
Oh, right.
Because this movie has a lot of connections to
Yeah.
it.
So,
I've only seen Taxi.
fun
Driver.
fact: I just watched Taxi Driver for the first time today.
What did you
Oh,
think?
whoa.
It's amazing. Because I wanted to watch it to see.
Is it better than Raging Bull?
It is actually.
God, fucking
I
Raging
think
Bull.
Taxi Driver.
I am sorry, Martin Scorsese. That movie was so fucking boring.
Did you fuck my
It was
wife?
pretty boring.
Did you fuck my wife?
That was from that movie.
Did you fuck my wife?
Did you fuck my wife? But anyway, so I wanted to watch Taxi Driver. I thought this was a good time for it because literally so much of that is in this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I can understand some people's distaste with this movie being too similar.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot that he takes from Taxi Driver to this film. But-
Does it
I
go
mean, literally the
past inspiration?
like bringing Robert De Niro in
because
the
he's in
movie
both of those,
is
Taxi
like,
Driver and King
hey,
of Comedy.
I am going to shove this down your throat. Like,
It's a clear, like, that's what he's trying to do.
like I feel
you
like by hiring the main actor of those movies, like it's like he feels like there's
For a
no
significant
there's
role.
no guilt
Yeah,
like
it's
of
not
him
even like
copying
a-
the movies.
a cameo or something.
Yeah.
Like it feels like he's like, hey, dude, I
He gets
hired
more
the main
screen time
actor.
than Thomas
So.
Wayne, probably.
I think so.
He's on his TV like half the time whenever he's
Yeah.
watching TV.
There are plenty of scenes like
What was his name? Marlon?
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah, that's easy.
Murray
Marley?
Franklin?
Murray Franklin.
The Murray Franklin Show.
I would watch a Robert De Niro.
Dude,
Like,
that scene
fun
was
little-
so tense.
I guess let's talk about the goofy scene when he
what in his head?
when Joaquin is practicing and he's like watching like the pre-recorded one and he's like pretending to do it.
That was good.
A very little detail. I don't know if you guys noticed it when he's like sitting down and like Murray's supposed to be in the chair. There was a white coffee cup with like Sharpie saying like the Murray Franklin Show like,
Really?
written on the coffee.
That's a good catch.
But I love that scene because like that's when like you start getting his idea of what he wants to do, which is off himself.
That's
on the air.
when the it gets very tense. From there on, you're like, okay,
like
now we know what he's trying to do.
something big is going to happen and he's going to make it known to the world. And I don't know, like that's when I guess the movie like I saw the tension where it was going and like I was like, fuck, like this is what people are talking about. Like what's about to happen.
Shit's gonna hit the fan.
Obviously, I knew he wasn't going to kill himself. I knew he was going to shoot somebody. I didn't think it was going to be Murray.
Right.
But when dude, if I saw like a good example,
Security was great
A
back
good
in the day.
example
Security was terrible.
of the Murray Franklin Show. That moment reminded me of Tosh.0, where
Which one?
Daniel. Well, no, just Daniel Tosh. He
Oh.
would just make fun of people on the internet
Uh-huh.
to the point where he would have a redemption video where some idiot would make a video so bad that he
What
would hire
redemption?
that person to come
Right.
onto that episode and then redo it, make him look even stupider sometimes. So we laugh, and that's what
love
that's what Robert De
Tosh.0.
Niro is doing here. He
Yeah.
literally wanted Joaquin Phoenix to do his awful stand-up so they could recreate what they did, so they had even more footage to show. And I think at first, like Arthur didn't like, he was just so like fangirling over the moment.
Right.
But then when he like was in backstage and he just was like smoking that cigarette, you could just tell he was like,
He meant business.
fuck this guy. Like this guy is an asshole. Like I'm gonna go out there. I'm not gonna be happy or like
I feel like that's what like made him change his mind. Like he was like ready to kill himself on TV, but then he was like, you know what? No.
I thought it was more when
I think it's when
didn't he
was,
reenact it in the room again?
like killing himself.
Yeah.
maybe. See,
Yeah.
he's gotta
Because
watch
it
it.
happened
You know,
twice.
I was gonna watch it. Again.
See,
'Cause I
Connor,
thought it was
this
when-
would have been nice if we had just watched the movie, all came back here, and did the
my God.
podcast, not like 4 days later.
You guys
That's
watched it on
that's
Thursday.
more on you. Because you'd want to go. You'd want to go to bed.
Okay, we could have done it Friday.
Oh my god.
No,
I would have worked.
Yeah, he would have worked.
Ah, fuck
Yeah,
you.
he said like a week ago you're gonna film the podcast today.
Yeah, well, he just fuck you all.
Hey,
Okay,
Matt.
he put
Hey,
this
Matt.
on you.
Take some notes.
What do you mean?
Like take some notes. Like
Yeah.
write down notes. Like after the movie, if you really want to like bring up stuff.
See, I don't
No,
know
why
how
would I
people.
fucking
I don't know
know?
how people can do that. Like write notes like.
Caleb did it
credits-
for Ready or Not, right?
like during the movie or after
No,
the
after.
movie? Okay.
During the movie, I don't
But
know.
like people that do it during the movie, I'm like, how can you do that?
Fucking idiot. Watch the movie.
Crazy people.
Fuck,
Anyway,
what were we just talking? We're
Because
still
I do
talking-
think it was more so like when like things were like he started realizing more and more like he's making fun of me, during the show.
Yeah, I think
was
that's
when
when
it
he
was
decided
changing.
it was like while he's talking to him and he keeps
Dude,
being
his
a dick
face
about
though,
everything.
like when he saw his footage on the TV in the hospital, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
No, you know, I think the creepiest shot was when you saw what the Joker looked like on TV. Like when it was just like the camera, when it was like the camera on him, I was like, this isn't that terrifying. But like when it was like the actual like TV
what
footage,
when you
when
would
he
be
was
watching,
like, he was all slouched back.
yeah,
and
like he looked terrifying. I was like, that guy looks fucking creepy. Like when you saw him in person, though, you could kind of see more of like a face and more fleshed out.
And maybe that's kind of like a thing. Like the audience is like super aware of what's going on, but Murray. God, I want to say Marlon.
Marley.
Murray wasn't at all like. You should have been able to see this a mile away. Like his producer or whatever that was like, we shouldn't have this guy on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the producer kept looking at him like, "Do you want to cut it off?" He's like, "No, I'll keep it going. Keep it going."
yeah.
Like, what is
He
wrong
was
with
eating
you?
it
Why
up.
do you-
He wanted to win Top Show of the Year at the end.
He wanted the
okay?
ratings, dude. It's
Yeah.
all about the ratings.
I mean, fuck, dude. They got the ratings. He fucking shot him.
I want to see the aftermath of like TV after that. You know,
Right.
If
That
that
was-
had happened in real life.
What if that's like the 9/11 of that world?
Well, like,
one person?
it felt like it was an assassination. Is
Yeah.
what it was. It was an assassination, and like I've never like
on live TV.
online, and for us it felt live too because we were watching it. So like, it felt like it could have just either gone one way. Like he could have shot him, he could have shot himself, or nothing. And they took that approach and they shot him.
Yeah, because even seeing it coming, it was still just as shocking.
Oh yeah, I just like my like stomach just dropped. I was like, "Fuck!" Like it just felt so real,
Yeah.
which I loved. It just felt like
Right in
something
the-
so
right in
raw.
the head.
Right in the head. Everybody started screaming, like just panic everywhere. He goes up to the TV and then it cuts, and I'm just like, "Oh my!"
People like on the couch, like they couldn't move because they're right next to him. Like the whole.
Oh,
lady
and
the
I
other
love
guy.
that when he walks over to the old lady and just like makes out with her for like 10 seconds. Oh, it was great.
One of my favorite
That you-
aspects of the film is just how uncomfortable everything is.
Yeah.
It's just
I
like-
wish I hope that was like kind of like improv. Like I hope he like I wonder like if he talked to the actors and he like Walking's like, hey, when we say
Like they're
action,
the only two that know.
I'm just gonna walk over and like kiss you, okay? And we're just gonna have a raw reaction of what the other ones are. I wonder if that was scripted or not. Like if it was like an actor decision, because I don't know. It felt very random to
Yeah.
do it. Like it just felt like he was so confident in himself as Joker. That he's just like, I'm just gonna make out with this old lady because I've seen you so many times and you're so fucking hot, and he's weird. Come on, he bathed.
So what was the old lady?
She's
Some like a doctor or
doctor or something.
psychiatrist.
Oh,
Talk
funny. No.
Because what joke did he make? Like a dead
Oh
parent
yeah,
joke?
yeah. It was like knock knock. Who's there? The police. Your son
your
died.
your child
yeah,
got hit by a car or something.
Yeah, drunk driving or something.
See, I feel like nowadays that joke would be accepted a lot more with how accepted dead baby jokes are.
To certain people.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying everyone.
Back in the
laugh
day,
at it.
everybody would be offended by that
Yeah.
joke. But today, you have people where I'm
There'd be like one laugh or two in the audience
yeah,
today.
like
Or
you have the
chuckle.
sick freaks.
Yeah.
But I love all that, and then of course we get the aftermath of, and that's what I was talking about.
Before we get to that, can we talk about the other death kill scene?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
The three dudes.
No, the other clown.
Oh, right. That was
Like-
great. I love that.
That was like was that like one of the funniest scenes? Just because the aftermath of that.
Well, to me, it was like one of my like a scene that I love the most of like Joker, because I literally thought he did it on purpose, where he locked the hatch knowing that the little guy wasn't gonna be able to reach it, so he told him like, "Nah, man, you can go."
That was
And then
fucked
he scared him like he was about to attack him. Like it just showed how crazy the Joker was and how like I don't know how much he was in control, to the point where he already like predicted, I'm gonna lock this hatch so then he can't reach it.
Do you think they only hired a midget just to make that joke?
Oh my god.
Oh, probably, honestly.
That makes sense.
It makes, like they probably wrote that scene and they're like, fuck, we need a midget in this movie now because this would be great. And
I also just really like the midget because he was just very wholesome. and
Well,
very
Yeah,
nice.
he was the
Irish
nicest
or
guy to
something.
him.
Yeah.
yeah, it was one of my favorite lines was when he was like, "You were always nice to me,"
Yeah.
and it showed that like, he was like probably really the only person that cared about him, didn't use him for anything. Like he was just always kind of.
And it's because that's someone that's also discriminated.
yeah.
He feels what Arthur feels.
True.
What?
I'm typing a paper.
He was typing on your
Oh my
keyboard,
God.
and I was like, "What the fuck's down there?" like, but yeah, I love that scene. It's like, and like,
And it goes
it
to
wasn't
show his
even
messed
that
up humor.
violent. Like, it was still like, it was daunting. But like, when people are saying this movie is violent, this movie is not
You didn't
violent.
think
Yeah,
him
that's-
fucking
yeah.
tearing his throat apart was violent.
Not just that. How many times did he hit his head on the wall?
Oh, dude, it was great. I was soaking up
Well,
every
we
second
love
of
it, but just that sudden shock of, because like my friend Matt, he like jumped out of his seat whenever he like stabbed him in the neck.
Oh, dude,
It
well,
was-
like
I loved it, but I'm
I knew that was
the
gonna
average
happen though,
person.
because he
Rambo
put the
had more
scissors in his
violence in
pocket.
this.
Like, I knew he was gonna kill him just because he already established that he was pissed off that he set him up with the gun. Which I thought was also another great scene when
Another taxi driver.
he's
Dancing,
singing and
yeah.
dancing, and then he drops the gun, and he just
that was one of the few gaps. I'm like, no,
that was
not
like
the
a,
children's
I love how
hospital.
everyone didn't like look like they weren't like distraught. They were just like,
Arthur.
come on.
It's like a Seinfeld joke.
Like even the kid.
Well, I'm
funny.
sure some of them didn't even see what it was. You know,
I mean, it's Gotham.
that's true.
These kids are used to
Yeah, this place is
the
fucked.
darkness of the night.
Also, they're like terminally ill.
Yeah, they're fucking
Yeah.
cancer kids.
So it's just like, oh, today's the day, huh?
Make a wish
what if the
today's the day.
what if the gun went off like
from
when
a
he dropped
clown.
it?
Going back to the scissor scene.
That's not the kind of scissors scene I want to see.
Oh my
Was it
gosh.
scissors?
Yeah.
Was it just a random pair of scissors?
It was just
of
yeah.
course, it's your
No, it was
silver
the same pair of
point.
scissors that my dad used 3 years ago.
They're safety scissors.
to
You know
cut
what? They were
the
fancy
ties
scissors
between
with
us
the wavy, so they make the
before he left
cool
forever.
patterns.
I was asking if the scissors were shown earlier in the film, if it had
Well,
any indication.
Well, remember he put him in his pocket when he heard the door?
Are you saying like
Because
foreshadow
he was painting
before?
himself.
Yes, foreshadowing.
Oh,
was
I
it
mean-
was it in the film earlier,
Like
I mean,
before?
or was it just a
before,
random pair
before.
of scissors
It was
that he
just
gets stabbed somewhere?
I think it was
Scissors,
random.
Yeah,
I
they
think,
just
I think you're
random
looking a little
scissors.
too much into it.
What I
Wait,
was gonna,
What do the scissors
Wait,
mean?
wait. When you take that one scene where he's about to put it in the pocket, there are two eyes, and there's like a dent, and then there's ears. It's Batman.
Also,
Harvey
he put scissors into pants. Guess what he was wearing earlier in the movie? Pants.
Captain Underpants confirmed.
Mr. Theories over here.
Did you?
So
say?
I just wanted to say it's in the trailer, but still, I just want to talk about my favorite shot in the movie is when Joaquin has his arms between the hallway, and like he's just like really stretching his body. He just like looks up and like his hair's down, and you don't even like really see his eyes, just kind of like the indentations of it.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
That's your favorite shot?
That's my favorite shot.
Over that shot?
Yeah, I love that shot.
It's hard.
It's a good shot. It's a good like the Joker like is reborn almost like Arthur.
Or like the true start.
Well, I was gonna say Arthur Fleck died in the car crash, and
Yeah.
now he is just Joker. That's what I kind of got from it. Like he dies in the car crash. Arthur Fleck is no more. Now he is just Joker. And so when he does the blood and does that, it's kind of like a symbolism of like reborn. Like he rose, and he's now like I don't know. It's just like the second coming of Jesus Christ almost, but as like Joker.
Like a phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh my god.
I think my favorite shot was shortly after the train scene, and like the cops, killed one of the clowns on the train,
Ooh, that was aggressive.
and they all
Yeah.
just start beating the fuck
And
out of them.
I like the realization in his eyes. He's like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just walks away, takes the mask off, throws it in the trash, and he's just slow motion walking. It's just like cops run past him. He's just got the cigarette in his mouth, and he's just.
And that
I love
was
the
the leaked
one eye
footage?
had like the trail of
I don't think
sweat
it was
going
the
down.
cops, it was just him.
Huh?
I don't think like any of the cops were in this.
Right, but that was the leaked
shot.
footage. Was like the chaos. And
Yeah,
him
it was the
walking away.
chaos of that subway scene is what that leaked
Oh.
footage was. Yeah, I that's like the scenes like with the riots and like with it felt so raw.
Yeah.
Like, especially that subway stuff. Like I was like getting like kind of like just like breathing heavily because I was just like shit's about to go down because like all these people dressed up as clowns like really hate the cops, like they just and so like they will and there's like 2 cops and there's like 30 clowns in
Yeah.
each train car.
Not
so,
to mention one of the cops just kind of accidentally killed.
yeah, killed. So I was just like, "Fuck, you're fucking dead,
Yeah.
Jared." Like the cop that's in like every fucking movie. as
And
a
like the other cop was like, great. And then he could start beating up. And like, come on.
trigger happy.
This this really felt like Gotham with the riots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think before I kind of just like forgot this is Batman world, and it just felt like this is like Chicago or New York. But like once the riots started happening, it was like, yeah, this feels like Arkham, like one of the Arkham games.
Yeah, that's like a great thing because like we talked about it. What movie also kind of Batman Begins when Scarecrow releases.
Oh yeah, when we get to like the ground level of Gotham,
it kind of feels like Gotham in some scenes, but like this just felt like how like the whole movie was like so dirty with like the super rats and just like the
dude. Yeah, your reaction to the super rat coming around
the corner.
I kind of want to see the super cats.
That'd be fun.
I wanted to see the super cats. Catman.
Oh my god.
But like
Confirmed.
So then at that end when it was just like pure
Catwoman.
chaos,
Duh.
I loved it. Like it was just, it just showed that like the thugs and like just like the people took over the city.
What was that reaction? You said thugs. You're like,
Dogs.
That's what they are, or that's what they will
hey,
become.
yo, I'm thugging over here.
Like that's what they will become, are just like. And Caroline was talking about it, and I don't know. I will ask you guys if you would have liked this to see a little bit more of the movie of instead of Joker getting captured and putting into the asylum, him actually being like the Kingpin, and him like maybe sitting on like a throne of somewhere and having like his like henchmen and stuff, just showing that he is on top. Because the movie, I would have liked if the movie kind of ended on top, like the bad guy won, because at the end of the day, the bad guy didn't win. Because he got locked up in an insane asylum.
I want to see more. Dude, if we just had like a pure Joker too, because like if he got broken out and he does like something 10 times worse, then like he's the king of chaos.
The hardest thing when I imagine, like my number one thought when I came out of this movie, I was like, holy shit, every scene was Joaquin Phoenix. The entire movie is Joaquin Phoenix. There was no side plot. And if there was a side plot, he was still there. Like, the entire movie is about one character.
Even in a flashback, he was there in the corner.
Like, so when it came to a sequel, I feel like it's hard to tell a story entirely with one person because what's going to be the progression? Because in this movie, there is a progression of this person who's alone and broken and looked down on, and then he embraces himself, and then he becomes like, a savior to many people. In the second movie, what stages are you going to get to have that same progression if you're keeping the whole movie Joker? Right. Because it would be cool if there were like factions, like if the movie takes place 10 years later, and there's this guy called the Penguin that's taken over the East Side, and there's like Mr. Freeze, or like there's the Riddler, like. But then like I don't know if I would want like a side plot where it's just scenes with the Penguin or something like that. Like I love how this movie is Joaquin Phoenix. Like, there's Joker.
There's good movies with static characters, right?
Just like
doesn't
character
change.
studies? Like,
No, I mean like characters where
like
they don't change. They don't have an arc. Like the Joker in The Dark Knight is a static character.
Yeah.
Can your main character be a static character? I'm sure there's plenty of movies that just doesn't come to mind.
Like, is there... I don't know. Like that's the
or
point.
is the
like,
character
the point
progression?
That you're supposed to have an arc. The character's supposed to have an arc.
Like a message, or
I
what
guess,
they learned, or how they
let's
changed.
make a movie, do a social experiment, see if it's good or not. If the character
I'm sure
starts at one point and
there's
stays
been
at
movies
the
I
same
just can't
point.
think of any right now of just static characters.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind. I mean, I had to really think about it.
Yeah, it's very on the
every
spot.
film I've seen.
You're almost at 1,000, aren't you?
I am close. Yeah.
We are in this cool time now that like not only do we have villain movies, we have villain series. We have Venom 2 coming out. And so we can kind of just watch that and see how the sequel for that will
No
be.
thanks.
Connor?
Much rather have a Joker 2 than a Venom 2.
Connor? I'm going to
Venom!
choke you out with that pillow.
Gotta go get him! Get him!
There's going to be carnage.
There's gonna be carnage.
Get it?
Bloody Harold. Get it, I'm carnage. I'm in the next movie.
Is he gonna be? I hope he is.
Why would he not be?
I don't know. It's like
Connor,
one
that
of
was probably the funniest thing you've ever fucking said.
Appreciate it. That's why I'm here. Venom. Hey, shout out to Eminem, man. Great song.
He's the greatest. Nobody who was ever the greatest would make a song like that.
That's true.
Prove me wrong.
He's
all the-
slowly ruining his...
Okay. All the greats have a bad song.
Yes, but
Dude, we just listened to Kanye West's song, okay?
Excuse the fuck out of me. He
No.
is a lyrical fucking genius.
No, he's not.
Which song?
You're such a
Fucking-
fucker.
Yeah, Life Yourself.
I love it.
That's not his song. That's Lil Pump's
That's
song.
Little Peeps.
But like he's
Or
I
Lil
guess,
Pump. Lil Pump.
the
Yeah,
fact
fucking
that he
know your
puts
place.
his name in there and he's like, "Are you ready for the greatest like moment in rap history?"
Oh, it is?
No, one second. Let me put my Yeezys on my Roblox costume.
Bro, he literally fucking rhymed poopity with scoopity.
Okay, we are very off topic.
He said, these bars?
Matt,
What?
we're done.
He
No, we're
said,
not.
"I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick fuck." All right, how is that not bars? He says,
Anyway,
You go on
I'm
your
about to hit you
tangents,
with a
I go on
bar.
mine.
A
One-
physical one.
a character we haven't talked about yet is Penny, his supposed adopted stepmother.
Super hot in the flashback. Not fair.
still like abused her child.
Yeah,
She's
An
hot.
actress.
Yeah, there's
Tied to a
something about girls
radiator.
who abuse their child that just, it's kind of a turnoff. for me.
Because the actress actually beats her
Oh, I'm
child.
gonna
It's
sit
just like, hey, if you fuck, you're really hot. I tied my child to a radiator and let my ex-boyfriend beat him. Okay, I'm gonna go over
Doing
there
that
now.
voice.
I mean, she was
I
like,
would have loved to hear her voice like that. In the
And then her older doesn't sound like that at all.
No, she's just like an old lady, just normal.
Oh,
He got adopted twice. They're two different moms.
but I like when he realizes that he just fucking wants to kill her. He's like, I don't care. He's like, you are the person from day one that has been beating me down.
Dude, I like the F-bomb that they took out of the trailer.
Oh yeah,
Like when he just dropped, it's a fucking comedy.
and then he just kills her.
Can you not remember?
I don't remember that in the trailer. At
He
least.
says, when I realized my life wasn't a tragedy, it was a comedy.
Yeah, he says it, and he says it in the same tone, but then this time he says, "Fucking."
Nice.
Because in the trailer, it sounded more like happy, but this time he's just pissed.
Well, they could have recorded something different.
Right, yeah,
for the
yeah.
trailer, yeah.
I'm just glad that they did that misdirection.
And
I think that the payoff for killing his mom could have been built up a little more because, like, we learn about it and then right after he kills her. So
I feel
maybe if it was like if she was treating him like shit, like even when she was older, maybe that would have been like, yeah, you fucking deserve that. But like, she's been
She
like
was-
portrayed as pretty
Well,
decent the whole movie.
But then
you
if you look at it, that like she,
She's still a little mean.
well, it showed that like she brainwashed him. Like she
Yeah.
pretty much
yeah, with,
became
he's gone through a lot
servant.
of shit.
And she,
Like she even had like mental illnesses, or like wasn't paying attention to her child. Like when she said he was always happy. No, you're crazy.
shit, I was about to say something. I don't remember what I was gonna say though.
Something about the mom.
Yeah, something about the mom. I don't know.
I haven't been happy for a single day of my life.
Also,
That
has
hurt.
anybody seen season 1 of American Horror Story?
yes.
Yes, because she was the maid when, like, she was the older maid. Like the dad would look at her as a hot maid, but everybody else would see her as her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what, because like I recognized her. I'm like, your fucked up eye reminds me of something.
Yeah, that was first season of American Horror Story.
It's the eye.
Fun
is.
fact: 2 actors from the show Atlanta are in this movie. Zazie Beetz and the guy with the files, Brian Tyree Henry.
That guy was. I felt so
I
bad
wish
for
we
him.
could have seen him more. He's such a good actor, and he's only in that one scene.
Like, I love the realization
I really
of,
got
like-
that from that one scene he was in.
Dude, it
Bro,
was-
Zazie Beetz is fucking smoking.
Yeah, she can speak German.
Smoking. Oh,
She was
that's
born in
even
Germany.
hot.
Yeah. Fun fact:
I hope that Disney brings
Yeah.
her back as
Domino.
Domino if they do make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was a little against the fact that it was a black domino, but I was like, okay, fuck.
So just because she was hot.
Yes,
okay with
because
it.
she was hot,
I'm
Caleb.
sorry, everybody.
Oh, fuck that. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm not really used to reading Deadpool comics and shit yet, but like,
Remember when you guilt purchased that one comic book? Were you there?
Jesus.
Sorry, did I spit a lot?
A little bit.
We just went like
okay.
the guys were coming. Hold on, the guys were coming to visit
Okay.
down, and there was 3 places.
Where did it go?
There are like 2.
Sorry. There were like 3 stores that I wanted to show these guys, and we go to the first comic book store, and there's this big Deadpool book, and it was, how much was it? Like,
It was like 100.
yeah, it's like 100. It was like this big though, and
It's pretty thick.
this is pretty thick, okay? And Matt buys it, And then we go to the next store and he buys stuff and he's just like, I shouldn't have bought that at the comic. And I'm like, well, why did you buy it? He's like, I just felt like I had to buy it because like we were there.
It was a Deadpool comic.
It was like a big collection, but then he was gonna return it, but then we found out that place doesn't do returns. So like returns. So he was stuck with it.
They do turns, but not returns.
He was stuck.
I'm not opposed to it because that was a couple years ago.
It was just in the moment. It was hilarious.
Do you still have this?
Yes, I do. But at least I read it.
Okay.
I'm not like Mitchell.
I knew there was going to be a problem.
That's another story for outside the podcast because we need to
you're talking about
I think if anything, does Domino? She's gray, right?
She was
like,
like
is
white.
she like?
She was like pale white with a black dot.
So if anything, I kind of wish Zazie had. Zazie, what's her name?
Zazie Beetz. Yeah.
I wish she had that look, like a domino.
Like I feel like that's what I was actually like, kind of like when I first saw her in the movie, I was like, okay, I can get behind this because.
I saw it kind of. It was just like black and white outfits. So.
But well, I mean, like not even that. It was just more so just like the skin tone is what really kind of threw me off at first. But then like I saw what they did. Like they took her like darker skin but gave her a white spot on her eye. I'm like, okay, I kind of actually really like that. Mm-hmm. Also, she was hot, so like that didn't hurt either.
You said you didn't like the commentary. What commentary are you talking about?
Huh?
So mainly what I had an issue with, and I was talking to Caleb about this when we were getting drinks earlier.
I want my fruit punch.
And I was thinking about it.
Matt thought you guys went out for like a beer.
I did not say that.
And I was like, Connor's not even 21.
I didn't think they were going out for
when I called you on the phone, you're like, yeah, they're going out for like a drink.
Yeah, to get like a soda or something.
But you didn't emphasize that.
A soda.
I didn't think I would have to because I'm not an alcoholic.
Sorry, Connor, you were saying?
But I was talking to Caleb about it. It's not... I have no problems with any technical aspects of the film, really. Like, everything from the look and the acting is amazing.
The director from The Hangover brings you.
That's what I was... So that was the thing I was most afraid of coming in is like, okay, is Todd Phillips going to make an actually good movie or a real movie for once? Because all of his films have been comedies, like just your basic comedies,
Old School, all three Hangovers.
Yeah.
There's one more.
All three?
Starsky and Hutch, maybe?
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, those are the 5 that I've seen.
And so, like, after the movie was over, I was like, okay. It's a movie that, like, you think about a lot in terms of what it's going for, in terms of all these political statements and stuff like that in the movie. And obviously it's fictional, so that's why people were like, oh, it's fictional, it doesn't really matter, which I understand that. But when you're a guy that, a director that doesn't, because he wrote the movie too, and he wrote with a guy that made like 8 Mile, he wrote 8 Mile and like something else. I forgot the other movie he wrote. He's a decent writer. He's written a few things.
Joker?
But, yeah. And there's a lot of, one thing that I liked about the film with its like thematic stuff was Arthur was like when he's on the Murray show, he's like, oh, why did you paint your face? Is it about the riots? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, no, I don't really care about all of that. So that I liked about Arthur's character. But in terms of how much he was trying to, like, throw at us in terms of, like, throw him at us is just, there's a lot of contradicting, like, political things he brings up in the film, whether it's...
Contradicting?
Yeah, because he throws a lot of different conservative and liberal views in this film. And I don't know, it just comes off as like he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, And just like what he's trying to say in the film. That
so you're saying he should have sticked with one side? Either
that, or it's just he's trying too hard to like make a statement, I feel, because there's a lot of Taxi Driver, of course. And in Taxi Driver, why I think that works more than this is he kills like really bad people, like clearly, spoilers for Taxi Driver, he's like trying to save this girl from, like prostitution, like a prostitution ring. And the other person he kills, I think he just kills those people, and then the other person he kills Shit, I just watched it. I can't even remember. But anyway, so he mainly is going after people that are really shitty. Whereas Arthur, yes, he's gone through a lot of shit. Yes, they're fucking him up in the train and stuff like that. Fuck him up. That's what I was thinking. Whenever the kids were like being, I thought that was goofy that he got beat up by a bunch of little kids. But
Teenagers.
well, some of them were like 12. I'm like,
It's Gotham.
I guess it's just like the most pimped out 12-year-olds, I guess. But fuck. So he kills like the 3 guys on the train. Yes, they're shitty, but the film sets it out to be where like he's like a hero pretty much to these people, and in a way they can be, but he's still like a fucking psycho that like killed all these pretty innocent people, especially Murray.
Yeah, and he got off of it. He enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that, and it's just like the final sequence when he's on the car. Everyone's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, you killed this person." I just feel like not a lot of people in real life, and like once again, this is fictitious. This is Gotham. This isn't real. But when you're showing it while like to these people that are actually watching it, I just think it's problematic to where like someone could watch the film and be like, you know, like yeah, he did do the right things. Whereas it's a Joker movie, it's his perspective. So that's why I think it's difficult to where like.
See, I like that though, because that can show the side of like why some people would be on that side. It's not.
But
right.
how many people would be on that side though?
That's
Right.
That's why I relate to Thomas Wayne to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump, like, I don't want him to get assassinated, knock on wood, but if he did tomorrow, would people be praising and cheering? Would they? Like, and
I feel like
but the people that want to go kill Donald Trump, would they start a riot afterwards because he's dead now?
Well, what? No, like, but what if the people that supported him did?
If Donald Trump like attacked more people, like saying like screw the poor, they're a bunch of savages, and then everyone's like we're savages
not
now.
particularly the poor, but other.
But like when he picks a good majority of a population and attacks them, and they feel victimized by that, like a few minorities do in the country, then it's like you can build this uprising, this riot starts.
I just think that if the riots weren't directly linked to Arthur killing people, I think I would have.
I'm
liked
so
it more.
glad that Arthur wasn't the one to kill Thomas Wayne and Martha. I did think they were going to go in that direction.
I didn't really like
See,
it.
I thought it was forced. Like
it was
when
so
I
forced.
saw like the
Coming out of the theater.
when I saw the theater, I was like, "Fuck, they're gonna do
Yeah.
it. They're gonna shoehorn this in."
Like when you saw Zorro.
And it was like, it would have been fine if we didn't see it. If it was implied, I would have been like, okay, like that was cool. Like
The casuals wouldn't get it.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
well,
all
I feel
got
like
it.
even the casuals
Everyone
would have
knows
gotten
what
it.
happens
Yeah,
to
Maybe,
him, you know? Like, it's in every movie.
Like
of
if
a
we saw him
Batman
go down
movie.
the alley and then you saw the guy go down the alley and that's
Yeah,
it.
if it was like following them out of the theater and they go down the alley and then like the camera keeps going
going to the riot,
that
and then
would've
maybe
been
like
better.
it transitioned right to the police car that
Yeah.
had
I'm
walking.
still
That would have been a good shot.
Because then it would have connected, showing that like that's the big thing here is that Joker,
He's
what
the
he
reasoning
did,
for
yeah,
that,
he's
yeah.
the reason. No matter what, he will have this connection to Bruce Wayne because he's the reason Thomas Wayne gets shot.
Which I
because
like
he
that. I
killed
just
Murray.
don't like that they showed it. It's
No,
like,
see, I don't think they
they
needed
just
to
showed it again. It's like we know.
I am a
they
sucker
died.
for seeing that shot of Bruce Wayne standing up in the parents' down, but I got that in my other Batman movies.
See, but then it would have been great if they did the Flash 52, where what if instead he shot Bruce Wayne, like, and we saw
yeah.
They
that.
killed the kid, yeah.
Then that
I
would have
can't
been
remember.
different.
Is it only Bruce Wayne, or does Martha also die? I
No,
think
because
it's
No,
just
Bruce
no,
Wayne.
Martha
He brought
turns.
it
Yeah,
up.
Martha turns into the
So
Joker.
the female Joker.
Yeah. But like I just
That's
that like
interesting.
that would have been
Yeah, it's
different
been a
if they
minute
would have
since
done that.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same.
They
old-
gotta somewhat see if they can.
It's just like
connect it.
Uncle Ben. Like we've seen it like 20 times. We don't need to see it again. So
I do like someone made the connection that because when the Joker's laughing about his joke that she won't get,
I didn't get that.
we see shots of the dead parents in Bruce.
yeah,
So it's implied that like he kind of knows about that, and that's what he's laughing about.
I didn't remember that. That's why whenever Stuckman said that, I was like, that's a stretch. But I guess I don't remember them.
So yeah,
putting
that
shot in.
connection of like you created this villain, but out of that you also created the hero, and that's what's funny to the Joker. And so she's not going to get it.
and I know you're not liking this, but that's what I think that scene takes place like 10 years later because maybe he knows that there's a Batman out there and he knows that that's Bruce Wayne because he's just like, that guy went insane just like me. Like, he's like trying to find me because I'm the one that caused him.
I was kind of hoping that his joke on the Murray show was a dead parent joke for like the foreshadowing, but maybe the flip is it still
Instead
makes
of the
sense.
kid dying, then
Yeah,
the
it's the
parents
parents.
die.
That's a good connection still.
After
I like that.
talking, I want to go see it again now.
Yeah.
Like, I really do.
Yeah, now that I like, you know what the Zazie Beetz stuff is, and then like it's just better to go back and like, now that you know what happens, you just find minor details, and that's what's best about like rewatching a film.
I do want to bring it before we wrap it. I still gotta say, Heath is my number one.
Yeah, I gotta go with Heath here.
And
I think Joaquin.
The acting, as far as acting goes, it's close.
I think Joaquin's was one.
Jared Leto, baby.
Oh my god!
if you look,
big shoes
Matt
to
has
fill.
not talked for a fucking minute.
Just because, like, and it sucks because we're not going to get it for a long time now. The Joker doesn't have a true origin, but common knowledge is like the Killing Joke is like his origin.
It's
That's
most
the origin
popular
I would have
one,
wanted.
like the Red Hood. Yeah.
And as far as like Joker's character, it just felt more of like a child Joker. And I said to Matt, kind of like almost borderline autistic Joker.
The Killing Joke? Joker?
No, the Joaquin's Joker.
Well, see, I think
Whereas the Killing Joke Joker was more of just an innocent man, maybe a little mental illness, because obviously he has some sort of mental illness. He's crazy, but we also
Sorry
that
to
mental
all
illness
those
could have came
people.
from falling into the vat and just all the chemicals fucking him up. And I think that's acting aside, Heath's Joker I like more because it's more comic accurate. Like that's the comic Joker.
Well,
I like.
that's the thing with these. They're two completely different characters. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I understand if people like one or the other, especially because both of them are executed to
Yeah,
the
the
best of their
acting is flawless.
abilities. It's two of the best actors of the last
If it's
20
pure
years.
acting,
So
it's hard.
if it's pure acting, I think there's more to do with Joaquin because he has way more screen time.
Right. So it's kind of unfair just to go on
But
acting
I think
alone.
the impact of Heath whenever he's on screen is just because he's not in the entire film. You know, he takes every scene and runs with it. So
And the respect
Stuff.
for him as a person. Like if he was still alive,
And that's a good thing
That's
to bring
so
up.
sad.
Like, if he was still
I hope
alive,
Joaquin is totally fine
would-
after this. The Joker curse I hope does
we'd
not
be
hit
talking
him.
about
think
it
it'll
that
be fine.
much.
I hope he's fine. I pray to God, knock on wood, nothing happens
Well,
after
nobody
this movie.
heard my question, but
Sorry.
well, I said if Heath Ledger didn't pass away, do you think people would be going as crazy talking about his performance to this day?
I mean, people were going crazy for it when. Oh no, because he did die before the movie came out, right?
Yeah, so like there was a lot of hype built up to it. Like, I feel like, and
It's hard.
It's hard to think, and so like for me, when it's always fun to debate who's better, like in different roles, like when it comes to a superhero or something like that. But like at the end of the day, it's just hard
Yeah.
because like I love Jack Nicholson, I love what he did, and then like even like Mark Hamill, like just the voice, like what he did, like he defined the voice of Joker. Whenever I think of Joker,
he's a
I
great
think of
voice
his
actor.
voice, and then.
Yeah, like whenever you read comics, like that's the voice.
Yeah, that's
you
the
hear.
voice you hear. Like that laugh is like the laugh, and
That's why I want that Joker on the screen.
It would
and
be
I don't know if
fun.
we're ever gonna get that.
and like
Like that true Joker.
Jared Leto, yeah, fucking awful. Like
You try.
It's an abomination.
like, but it's hard because, like I stated, Joaquin Phoenix literally got 2 hours to be Joker, while Heath Ledger maybe got 30 minutes. You know,
To be fair, Jared Leto got like 5 minutes.
I know. To be well, it seemed like he got a lot
To
more
be
in the
fair.
trailer. So
I still hate the movie with a passion, but
yeah,
in terms
so,
of like screen time, I guess you could say.
it just comes down to it. I can't really pick and choose because like it is just two different characters, it's two different stories, two different worlds, and there are just scenes from each. I mean, like Rotten Tomatoes did like the best scene of the first 2000, 2010, and the interrogation scene for Dark
Yes.
Knight won scene of that decade.
Oh wow.
And so when I
Was
saw
it a
that,
fan vote or was it Rotten Tomatoes? Opinion?
fan vote.
Okay.
That's the one I voted for. And so
Nice.
when it won, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch this scene because I haven't seen this movie in forever. And I just forgot like how good that scene is.
I've seen The Dark Knight probably 50 times in my life. I've seen that movie so
And-
many times.
It's a really good scene, and so
That could be Christopher Nolan's like magnum opus. Like you can argue. I know he's not.
well, like
Well, no, Dark Knight's like my top 5 favorite movie, but
his favorite
Memento.
movie is Memento, and that's
I know.
also Nolan. But
That's why I said argue.
uh,
You can argue it.
People will go to that, or
Yeah.
like Inception or something.
Well, it's
I just feel like
Jacob's
some
favorite
people
movie
wouldn't
of
take
all
it seriously
time.
because like
It's
it's
Inception.
a comic.
no, Dark Knight.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's my best friend's favorite movie. So
But I think Matt's giving me this look to wrap it up.
I'm just tired.
The
That's just
wink.
the look I have when I'm tired.
So here we
It sucks
go.
when we do it on Monday because like that's
Time.
The first
If you've
thing.
made it to the end of this podcast, we're about to do our rating system. What people would give it. So
Mhm.
Matthew,
that we always bounce back and forth doing. We need to keep doing it.
I would give it 5 ladybugs
out of how many other ladybugs?
out of 2 centipedes.
That's a good score.
does that equal 5 if you line them
You're
up?
like,
Did Matt take an edible before it's just
I don't
hitting?
know. I mean,
You were telling me this movie's perfect.
I already know his rating. So
I think it's perfect. I mean, you know, you see Joaquin Phoenix and like out of makeup and everything, and you're like, that's Joaquin Phoenix. You see Joaquin Phoenix with the makeup on, you're like, who the fuck is that guy? That is the Joker.
he
There's,
transforms into all of his
I mean,
roles.
Even when he looked like Arthur, like it kind of doesn't even look like Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's just the voice.
just the skinniness and like that loose skin.
Yeah, like because when we watched that mockumentary, I'm Still Here.
yeah,
Like I'm like, that's Joaquin Phoenix. He just looks like a weird, crazy homeless dude.
yeah.
And in every movie, I'm like, maybe Gladiator, he kind of looks like him, but that's kind of like younger Joaquin
was
Phoenix.
before.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. So
Same thing with Signs.
Signs, but like I guess the more recent years, like Her, like I would have no idea. I think when I watched that, I had no
Theodore.
idea who that was.
It kind of looks like him, but the mustache
Fucking love
threw me
that
off.
movie.
I need to revisit that movie. It's so good.
But,
Okay, so 5 ladybugs out of 2 centipedes.
Yes.
Final thoughts.
Well, you gotta stick on that.
He, in my opinion, is my favorite Joker. He's the best Joker.
He is
just
best Joker.
the fact that he was able to just provide such an amazing performance, and the fact that it's like I said, like you wouldn't have thought of Joaquin Phoenix to be the Joker, but now that he is, you're like, I don't want anybody else. I just want another Joaquin Phoenix movie with him as the Joker, because the way that he looked in the makeup, in the suit, it was just chilling, because you're just like, fuck, you look amazing, and I love it.
If Heath Ledger was alive today, would you still say that?
No.
All right, I'm going to throw up this quick question. Do you think he's going to be nominated for anything for this in terms of the big awards?
They snub.
Do you think
'cause
he
it's a
is
comic book
realistically?
movie.
I think he'll get a Golden Globes. I don't
Well,
think he'll get an Academy.
Realistically, people are fucking saying Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. needs
That
to
is
get-
never going to happen in a million years.
Oh,
so stop.
excuse the fuck out of me. Are you part of the Emmys or whatever
No,
the fuck it is?
It's the
Emmys.
Academy Awards.
Grammys. It's the
I-
Grammys.
The Tonys.
When you look
Tony
at this,
Stark.
Tony
when
wins
you,
a Tony.
when you look
That'd be amazing.
at actors in movies and what they're nominated for, like Ryan Gosling was nominated for La La Land. What the fuck? Like he didn't like. It was a good movie and he was fine in it, but like Drive is
La La Land
amazing,
hate.
Yeah.
and I like La La Land,
It's okay.
but like,
Fine movie.
he
Are you
got
saying
nominated.
Tony shouldn't be nominated?
Connor, I fucking hate you.
Well, no,
so
I'm
Or
not.
just because it's
It's a fine movie. It is quite a nice establishment. I like the way that it is portrayed.
It's got a
But
fine
you're just like, I
taste.
fucking
Hold on. So when I look at that performance, if I think because he got nominated for Best Actor, just because the fucking movie was praising Hollywood, but then you look at this and you look at what Joaquin Phoenix had to do, the laugh,
The work.
the work that he put into that. It's like this guy should get recognized at the highest level. He doesn't need to win, but he should be nominated
Yeah.
because this is one of like the best performances of the year that I can think of out of the movies that I have seen.
In a perfect world, Joaquin and Robert being nominated would be great.
Robert Downey Jr. See, like, but like,
Oh.
he was good in Endgame, but I think it's because like the character that like we like love so much.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't on the same level as Joaquin in this movie, though.
No, like I just think
He
it's
can still
just-
get nominated. Because what other performances?
what. I
Can
mean,
you
I have,
think
Gotta
of this
make a
year?
list.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd have to like look
gotta
at the
look at the
movies that I've
movies.
seen, but like one that comes to my head, Taron Egerton as Rocket Man.
He should get one.
Yeah, he should get a nomination. He was really good as Elton John.
If fucking Rami Malek won, he should at least get nominated.
Yeah, he should get, just go forward that.
I just want to know, like, what are their guidelines? Because I think all these bougie people don't take into
It's
account
how
like
much
the work
money
it took.
the studios pay them to consider their
Yeah,
movies.
that's it.
It's
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
it's flawed.
I'm gonna drop my argument because I forgot how
terrible.
bogus the
They don't
Academy was.
actually watch the movies, and all they care about is like how much money the studios are giving them to get the nominations.
He deserves Kids' Choice Award for Best Actor,
Kids' Choice.
and he gets slimed.
Yeah,
he needs to
he
get
gets
slimed.
slimed.
Nick's kid choice. That was the shit. I
I would
remember
take
like
that.
so excited like after school like watching.
Do you remember when like
those.
Will Smith came on to host and like had his
Kids'
I don't know.
Choice.
It was great. Okay, well there's your answer. What do you think? You think he should or shouldn't?
I'd have to look at my movies, but as of now, I think he's
'Cause there's,
one
like,
of my
what, five?
Five.
Yeah, there's 5 usually.
I think he's one of my 5 favorite lead acting performances so far.
Now I want
But
dude,
I
Brad
think
Pitt.
there's so little chance that
Once
he's going to get
Upon was a
nominated.
fun time.
Honestly.
What? Sorry, what did you say?
Honestly, Leo. That's one of my favorites of the year.
Leo probably will get a nomination.
Hopefully. But
Dude,
Definitely.
could you get? Has there been 2 actors from the same movie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Octavia Spencer recently for
There was one
Shape of
movie-
Water and something else.
Doubt like 10 years ago had Philip Seymour Hoffman, Octavia Spencer, and Amy Adams all nominated for acting categories.
Dang.
Yeah, and then The Favorite had all 3 of the ladies who were not nominated last year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like one actor from 2 different
Oh,
movies.
is that what you're?
Is that what
you
you're
were
No, I was
referring
gonna
to?
say like
Like a
2
Brad
actors
Pitt
from the
sort of
same
thing?
movie.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
no, but then like Octavia Spencer got nominated for 2 different movies.
Yeah,
in the same
Mom
year.
Okay.
and
Can't even think of another movie
Process.
this year.
anyway, I don't think he's gonna get nominated. The only reason why Heath won his was because he died.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the only reason why he won. He might have gotten nominated, but
You guys aren't ready
No,
for
they
that
wouldn't have cared.
conversation.
They just did it because they felt
I
bad
always
that
have a
he
wine glass.
took
now.
his life for it. Not took his life, but that he died because of making the movie.
Who else was
It's so sad.
up
Have
there?
you watched the video like of him winning the award? And just everyone like how like sad everyone looks whenever he wins.
I remember watching it. I haven't like I remember watching it
was
when
like
I was like a
recommended
kid,
on YouTube, a
but
couple
I
days
have
ago.
not seen it since then.
It's
But I remember like kind of being like, really,
They
like,
cut
a
to Christopher-
dead guy won like.
it got to Christopher Nolan. He's like,
What else was there?
dude, fucking Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Yes,
He was nominated for that year.
playing a
Um,
black guy.
Philip
Playing
Seymour.
a dude.
I'm
Playing
just a
a
dude.
I'm just a dude.
Playing who's like another
Guys,
dude.
another dude.
I fucking love that movie.
Um,
And it sucks that we could never get something like
and
that.
then Philip
again.
Seymour Hoffman was also nominated that year. He's also dead now,
Yeah, he's
which
dead.
is sad.
Yeah.
Him and Heath are so sad that they're dead because they're so good actors.
Well, depressing note, but Caleb, go to you.
8 or 9. I can't solidify it. It's still a great movie.
Got it. 89 out of 10.
89.
Yeah, 89. 89 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah. Like I said, great movie. Love the Joker. Just not my favorite Joker. I'm all about that comic
Oh,
accuracy.
this is it. This is
I don't
pure
know
score.
why you guys think I hate this movie. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
all right.
-7.
Yeah. So 6 is like good, and then 7's like really good. So
So what is
I
8 like? Really, really good?
Yeah.
It
So
went to 9.
because like 5 is like
Oh,
average for me,
fantastic.
so 6 is like I would recommend it to someone. It's not my favorite movie, but it's still I could still appreciate it. So 7's still like I really like it. It's just some flaws.
Why are you not using your
Follow-up
star
question.
system?
Hmm?
Why are you not using your star system?
Follow-up question. Do you think that you changed your answer at the last second because you knew that me and Andrew would beat you up if you said anything less than a 4?
No, I came out with a strong 6 to a light 7. So that's
light
what I'm feeling.
Strong 6 to a light 7. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Was it Diet 7?
All right, fine. 3 out of 5 stars or 3.5 stars.
Okay.
There you go. There's a star system.
I'm just saying we already got like
Now you're throwing
the
fractions
bug
at me.
system for a man that is deathly afraid of spiders.
I mean, I'll do
okay.
that out of 10, but stars are just like numbers out of 10. So 5
You know what?
stars.
Are you going to use numbers or stars?
You do great, right?
I do great, but
Okay. Then we're perfect. Different systems.
for me, I think I like A plus. I love it. I'm not like I'm not trying to be biased when I say that, but like for me, a really good movie like this is a movie where I didn't want it to end.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every second of it, and I instantly wanted to watch it again after walking out of the theater.
Yeah.
And I don't get like that a lot during movies, but there are just some movies like last year Mission Impossible, like Fallout. Like after watching that movie, I was like, fuck, I want to watch that right now again. Like I would buy a ticket and see it again. And so that's how I rate movies, is on rewatchability and just like how much I really enjoyed it. And yeah.
Also,
I would go with A+ if the Hey song was in a better spot.
I enjoyed it where it was. I enjoyed all. I guess we
that
really
was
didn't
the
talk about.
stairs scene, right?
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about the music, but I thought
loved
the
the
music was.
music.
He mentioned it
choice.
in the initial
The
reaction.
initial reaction.
I think DC has that nailed down because I mean between Watchmen, which was also a great film, it was just fun to watch for me at least.
I'd still say the Guardians franchise will give
no.
DC a run.
By
for
the
its
way,
money.
the Suicide Squad, you mentioned it in the initial reaction, but that was all made for just the movie. That whole soundtrack. Yeah. So
That's what I thought.
it's a terrible
Yeah.
soundtrack.
We weren't arguing
Purple
over that.
Lamborghini.
Who was in that song?
Rick Ross.
Skrillex?
Hey Matt, I thought you said DC gets the music right every time.
Okay, well, Suicide Squad is a fucking cancer.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, which movies
Suicide
have
Squad is the
songs?
tumor of the DC universe.
Yeah.
They're the black sheep of
Ocean to Ocean, Aquaman. The Africa
Africa
remix.
Oh yeah, that
Ocean
was,
to Ocean.
that was pretty stupid.
They try to get rid of me. We've been trying for years.
Okay, maybe 50-50.
I
Okay.
can't believe Pitbull remade that song.
Dude, the girl segment of the song was great.
Oh well, that's. What's the
Purple
next big
Lamborghini.
movie? Is it Star Wars?
Oh, of the year?
Big movie.
Like the next
Big.
I get like big blockbuster movie.
Uh,
I guess Frozen, but
I was
My
gonna say
most
El
Charlie's
Camino,
Angels.
but like technically El
Eh.
Camino.
my next most anticipated movie is The Lighthouse. I'm really looking forward to that.
Parasite's coming out.
yeah, it's
This
coming out
week.
this week, right?
When
yeah.
does
No, I think it's coming out. It's only in New York.
Light
and
Out?
LA,
Water
I
come
think.
out? It's 2020.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I think-
January.
Oh, that's not actually too far.
Oh my god, what movie? Oh, it was Waves.
But as far as like big blockbuster Star
I
Wars
think
is
Parasite's
like
coming out this week.
Ooh,
Next
we've
one.
also got some pretty dope Netflix movies coming out this month.
Yeah, they have some really good
El
ones coming
Camino,
out.
Into the Tall Grass.
I think it's already out.
Oh, The Irishman.
Wait,
Yeah, The
the
Irishman.
Tall Grass is out?
I think it's already out.
It's already
Well,
out.
Yeah.
I think we gotta talk about that.
People are not liking it so far.
No.
No.
Damn.
Into the Tall
Who would have
Grass.
thought?
Yeah. That's the one with Patrick Wilson, right?
Yeah, so this is the trailer we reacted to. But yeah, many movies, many podcasts, many
Knives
reactions.
This month is
Oh yeah,
November.
Knives Out's pretty
Yeah.
good. That might be my November movie. I'm
Uncut
really excited
Gems,
about.
Jojo Rabbit. I really want to see
Killer
that.
Rabbit.
I love
No,
I love the
Jojo.
reaction of people in the theater whenever that trailer comes on, because no one knows what to like feel about it. But if you know Taika Waititi, you know like it's gonna be so funny. But people are like, why is there a Hitler movie? Like,
And why is he like
It's so-
happy
it's
and like?
so funny. It's like, why does he look like that? Why is he
Yeah.
brown?
Why is he? Oh my god. He
That's not
do
Hitler.
that. What the fuck? That's
Terrible
just
depiction.
space.
It's just kind of crazy that like we saw Joker because like so much marketing for the movie, so much like.
Was this one of your most anticipated of the year?
I'd say
Hey, it's not the dog.
I definitely say
That was
top
scary.
5.
Coming into the year?
Yeah, probably.
I was just
Can make a case for it.
I was on the lower side of it. I
yeah,
wasn't,
I
I
wasn't
wasn't really
looking
sure what
forward
to
to it.
expect. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna get, but I walked away from it completely satisfied and finding something that I didn't know that I needed.
That's the best thing, is being satisfied with the movie you were looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know. So
So, still don't know. Is 5 ladybugs out of 2 centipedes a perfect score for you?
Yes, it is, Caleb.
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of threw some shit out there. I love the
Obviously.
movie.
Yeah,
because
see
you were
you guys.
saying that Matt liked it the most out of you three when we were talking about it earlier.
It seemed like it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, I don't know, he likes it more than Andrew. 'Cause
Well,
Andrew gave
it
a perfect
reassured it
score.
when we talked about it earlier, and Matt was just like, "It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect."
Yeah. I
Rough
think it's
estimate
perfect.
to where you think it'll be at the end of the year in your ranking.
Easy top 10.
Yeah.
Andrew's thinking it might be his
It might be. It might be.
Oh, number
Yeah.
one, numero
It
uno.
might be. It might be. But
Spicy.
yeah, it might be. I'm excited because we're gonna do that probably like the first week of the new year.
Okay.
We'll do like our end of the
That's
year.
for the back half, right?
Yeah, the back half of the year, and then
Which is the better half of the year. So hopefully, Got some good top 10s in there.
But yeah, I think that will wrap it up for podcast.
It's been a while since we've had like an hour and 45-minute podcast.
And I'm glad not one overheating.
Yeah.
Warning.
Pops up right now.
So turn it off, turn it off. It's like, instead of the regular, it's like a nuke. Mushroom cloud.
But yeah, with that,
Code red.
guys, this has been Andrew.
This has been Connor.
It's Caleb.
And this has been Matthew.
Peace.
It's been good. We love you all.